is good, y'all? Another day, another you, another me. J-Red, you can't convince people that Demeter's good. Well, everyone else is living in the past. They haven't read the patch notes. They haven't even practiced the game. I got people who aren't even playing the game who are telling me that my opinions are wrong, which is fucking wild. They don't even play the game. Actually, I might be lying. They might have played the game. Let's have a look. There's not really a whole lot of games here to have an opinion. It's about as what I thought. All right. Oh, Isabella sent me something funny. I wanna show it off. Hold on. I'm not really ready. I had a bit of a. Well, I just got home basically. I've had a pretty stressful couple of days. I don't know why. I had a couple of stressful couple of days. I don't know why. Let's pop over to here. If this will work, it will work. The series next tier list. We have the Toxic Core No One Can Fix tier list maker, brought to you by one Can Cert Demir. Credit to Isomato for the images. So we got pathing, we got attack. Wait, where should we go here? We got JI toxicity, Rappel's opinions, bad. Kavota's gameplay is okay. Boit's good times. Husk Supers, micro. Don't touch it, devs. Not exactly sure what the shot is here at Soup. I'm not sure if this is like, I'm not sure what's going on. If we're saying he's really good micro or really bad and then you don't want to fix it. I don't know. All right, so we got pathing. Pathing is bad. There's sometimes the pathing feels really good though. Like it's definitely not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing in this game. Attack move is JA toxicity at the moment. That's probably the worst thing going on. Map spawn, map. This is Husk Soup's micro. You don't want to touch it. It's very, very good. Villager attack move and attack move are basically the same thing. I mean, I guess this one wins, but this is also rubbish. Building hotkeys. This is fantastic. Unit hotkeys. This is fantastic. Resources spawn is the same as map spawn. I don't know. Villager behavior and eco is probably actually not bad. Could probably still do a bit better with that one. Sometimes they do some stupid stuff. Units behavior in fights is literally the same thing as this. Lobby is bad. We want that fixed. Post game is fine. I guess there's nothing really. I don't have any issues with the post game. Just fill this. I've got to put something in this one. UI interface. This could get better. We'll go with okay though. There you go. Unit behavior is not a move. It should be right click. Oh, this is just right click. Right clicking is really good now. I like how units behave when I right click now. I think it's really good. It got buffed. It got fixed. These need fixing. Pathing. This is just mostly around cliffs and stuff, right? And forests. If there's a forest or berry bush or cliff, it's kind of shit. We need persistent lobbies like 2 years ago. Yeah. All right, Magic. What's going on, guys? All right, time to fight some people. How do you make a tier list in 2026? The whole thing here, right? And the whole issue. The whole issue with with most people's tier list is they don't do this. And if you don't do this, you don't even know what your own opinion is, let alone I got my thing is if you don't do this, you don't even know what your own opinion is. Right? So you gotta at least do this, and then you can have an opinion. Because you haven't even formed an opinion if you haven't done this. Right? I think that's a fair statement. So yeah. Yeah. See, Eric says it's the worst tier list. You got to fight with you don't fight with the tier list. You can fight with with this spreadsheet. You can fight with this spreadsheet if you like. But you can't fight with my tier list. So you can go and look at this and you can fight all you like with this, and then I'll fight you over that. But if you're just gonna say my tier list is wrong, then I got nothing to say to you. Because you haven't even done this. Right? You haven't even done this. So, too many 50-50 matchups? Could be. I don't think so. These are matchups I'm very happy to play. The game is very, very balanced in many, many different matchups. Ugh. Witzel Pochley. Oh, that's wrong. Why is that 60? That's just wrong. Zeus gets to fall from there. Who put this at 60? I must have been very sleepy. That's a best 45. That's a best 45. Is this not? Well, fucked it up. Hold on. Let me try this again. We gotta show off some I am magic level shenanigans here. This is how you wait from here. This is how you I am magic in Oh no, it didn't work. What the hell? That's better. All right. There you go. Cat's Isis. Yeah, no, it's unplayable for Isis. Isis cannot play that matchup. It's very, very bad. I would have put Quetzalcoatl at literally 100, but I don't really know if the Slinger Sekhmet Dar Slingers are any good. So this is current. It could get worse. If the Sekhmet Dar Slingers are unusable, then this will fall down to everyone being 80-20. Yeah, Isis is terrible magic. She's what matchup do I want to play Isis into at the moment? Let's have a look. Isis versus Zeus, I'd rather play Zeus. Hades is probably equal. Maybe slightly favoring Isis, but probably equal for Hades. Poseidon, definitely would prefer to play Poseidon at the moment. Yeah, Ra's terrible. Set beats Isis. I saw that a billion times on the ladder. Even Satfat's dominating all the Isis players. Yeah, I'd probably rather play Isis again than Thor. I'd probably rather play Isis than Odin. I like Loki into Isis. I'd rather play Freyr than Isis. I think Isis beats Kronos at the moment. I think Uranus beats Isis. I don't mind playing either guy or Isis. I've seen enough Isis players losing to Fushi. Nua's kind of shit versus Isis. Can't play Shenong versus Isis. Probably prefer Isis versus Matarazu. Tsukiyomi seems good versus Isis. Susanoo dominating Isis in every way. Demeter probably loses to Isis. And then all the Aztecs absolutely butt fuck Isis. Yeah. There you go. Very happy with this. Yeah, yeah. If you're losing with Susanoo versus Isis, you're just playing it wrong. Susanoo absolutely dominates Isis. It's not even close. Yeah. Yeah. All right. There you go. Yeah, that's my take. All right, I'm gonna change my title now. I can't be fucked on this. I want to play some games. Oh no, I have to open the game. That was supposed to be opened. We need mirror only tournament? I don't know if we need that. How is Tez higher than Kets? Tezcat Lopoca is fucking insane. That god is insanely good. Everyone doesn't understand the god. So it's very, very strong god. When am I clean shaving? Yeah, we're gonna do a clean shave after tomorrow. I'm gonna be clean shaven on Sunday for the Satfatch set shenanigans. So yeah, we got 6K. I mean, basically what I'm hearing from Twitch chat and YouTube chat is that my tier list is the most accurate right now. Everyone else is just trash. Let's watch a recorded game. I don't have any. Does anyone have a good game to watch? I know. Let's watch this god that everyone's saying is terrible in action. Let's just have a little look see at what we got here. Yeah, this one will do. We got a Demeter versus Huitzilopochtli. We got what everyone likes to say is the worst god in the game versus what everyone likes to say is the best god in the game. So we're just gonna check this out. Just gonna see exactly why Demeter's terrible. So I just wanna see. Who even says? I don't know, man. I don't know, but people telling me Demeter's terrible. All right, here we go. We got ourselves a high level matchup here. Jack 90, top 20 player. Keto, top 1 player. But Keto's got the handicap of playing the worst god in the game, Demeter. So that will make life very, 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 very tough for him, considering he's playing against the best god in the game. So we'll just take a look at this one as we got Jack here. He's opening up with a beautiful cow pulley next to his wood line on top of his deer. This is what you want to do. This is an absolutely perfect play. He's even going to be getting himself a drop site for it. He probably went onto the cow pulley for the gold just a little bit soon. Could have stayed a little bit later on that, gotten his food, cow pulley, his livestock pen hooked up earlier, and that would have allowed him then to go over onto gold a little bit later, and it would have been more resources. So he is losing out on a little bit here, but it's not a huge deal. He goes in for a second scout because this is what the Aztec players are abusing, unlike Norse, who has to spend 9 seconds building a berserk from their town center, or Egyptians, one of the worst civs in the game right now, having to spend 10 seconds building a priest from their town center. You know, the Aztecs, as the DLC privilege, they get a 4-second scout that they get to build from the town center. Meanwhile, Greek don't even get to build a scout from their town center. They got this Katoskopos they'd love to build, but they don't get to build one. And this is at 4 seconds. And you've got the Atlanteans can't build it. And you got the look at this. Like, it's ridiculous. You got the Japanese can't even build a scout from their town center. That's why the Greeks have the flying horse. How long does the flying horse take to build? It probably takes forever, doesn't it? Where's my flying horse? Is it 4 seconds? 6 seconds. So it's even faster than the flying horse. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Alrighty. So, as I was saying, everybody and their mum wants to say that Demeter is a very, very bad god. So we're just going to see how bad this god gets. So Keto is desperately trying to pull together a build order here. He's just throwing up his temple. It's building quite quickly because he's got a bonus there to gold. That's quite nice. And yeah, we got some relics on the map. We got ourselves Hecate's Torch. Oh, I like Hecate's Torch here. This is quite nice. Minus 10% of the God Power recast time there. Always good. Over on this side, we have the Arrows of the Alpha. Plus 15% of base there for the melee and range attack. Always nice. Over onto this side, we have the Eye of Ormlu, Hippaspas, Axeman, Samurai, Sean ones, plus 5%. That's a huge relic there, actually, for our Huitzilopochtli player who has a bonus into Sean ones. If you guys didn't realize, the Huitzilopochtli can actually build Sean ones, and it actually gets you economy. For those of you who don't know, you can take a look here that the Sean ones have an additional 10% hit points and generate 100% more Tenali in combat. And they also gain, when they're connecting that Tenali, they're getting 5% of the defeated unit's cost in resources back. So, just in case anybody was out there saying things like, Aztec economy is weak. Well, it's actually not true. The Huitzilopochtli economy is incredibly strong. And same too is Quetzalcoatl's economy. And then, you know, Tezcatlipoca also has an insane economy because he's also getting 3 myth units, right? So, all three of them are very, very, very strong in terms of economy, in terms of bonus resources that they get over everyone else. All right. Onwards and upwards. We've got some walls coming up from Keto over here. Oh, a little bit of a shanky shanks. As, of course, Keto has to be prepared. Thank you for the gifted sub, KMC Bane. K McBain. Appreciate you, my friend. Welcome to the subscriber crew. Boit's crew. Tunison, welcome. Our favorite player to roast, top player to roast. He's had a recent run-in with the YouTube crowd. Someone's saying that he is the best, worst. He is the worst top player. He has to rely on his opponents playing terribly for him to win. Of course, his opponents are no different from anyone else's, but still. Alrighty. Well, Demeter here from Keto has hit a very nice classical age. The reason why this is so smart from Keto to go for this quicker-ish classical age is now that he has access to the classical age, he gets Arcadian Meadow, which does play around the Blood Pact, which means I don't have to play as heavy defense to actually defend against the Blood Pact shenanigans. In fact, I would go insofar as to say that it's probably pretty clear here that Jack doesn't actually want to go for a Blood Pact early game play because it simply just doesn't work. So he's not trying it. So unfortunately, our best god in the game has lost one of its strongest points, which is that he can literally walk into your base and win the game at 5 minutes, or even faster if you're not prepared. But of course, Keto, being the top player that he is prepared with his village center that's coming up in his main base. A classic play that has been taught to you guys from the likes of myself. Keto said this is a good play as well. And in fact, I think Keto started doing this before I said it was good. In fact, basically what I do is I just watch Keto's gameplay and say, you know what, that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then I don't do it. But this one does make sense. Meanwhile, the town center for our Huitzilopochtli player, Jack, is going to be coming up over onto this left side. Not the best of second town centers, to be honest. I'm not really sure what the idea here is for Jack, but he's playing the best god in the game, so it doesn't really matter what you do if you're playing the best god in the game. You're going to be able to win against the worst god in the game, right? So he is going to come through, get a little bit of harassment into the main base, and well, of course, this is going to be a very, very tough thing here for our main man Keto to deal with, but he is going to do his best. Meanwhile, we did see a Blood Pact coming down somewhere on the map. I'm not exactly sure where. Oh, Blood Pact onto the settler on the Agave Bloom. So taking a page out of the patch notes, he's getting a ridiculous amount of income from this, and this is going to allow him to get a pretty competitive fast second town center and heroic age timing. So it sort of makes some sense, and not only that, it does come off cooldown pretty quickly, and he's going to be able to then use his Coatlicue Ayotochli Blood Pact again for some mad damage against Keto. However, you have to remember that Keto is never going to drop Agave Bloom until Blood Pact is on cooldown. So, so when are you ever going to be using Blood Pact? Jack here has found probably the only decent use of this God Power in this matchup, when you think about it for 2 seconds. SatFat9534, thank you so much for the 25 months, my friend. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Jack now going to be moving out into the middle of the map, going to try and claim some hunt here. A little bit risky, as our main man Keto on the village center, absolutely trying his best to get to the heroic age. He's struggling. He's had to put up some walls, play very defensively. He's gone village center, so technically he is in front to some degree on the economy, even though his opponent has dropped Blood Pact and eaten his tree. That being said, he picks Hestia here, and he's going to be going to the heroic age. Makes sense. He does decide to go to the heroic age through this village center here. And, well, the question is, what is Jack going to be doing next? You see he's got about 50 seconds left until his Blood Pact comes off cooldown, and he only really has to sacrifice 3 villages in order to get... Can I show you this? He only has to sacrifice 3 villages in order to get himself 40 favor to then drop it onto the Tochli. However, like I said, it's not an option because of Agave... Arcadian Meadow. Arcadian Meadow completely shuts that all down. That being said, you don't have to go for that play. Instead, a palace popping up makes a lot of sense here for our main man, Jack. He's going to take the middle of the map most likely and cause some problems for the Keto Nader for 1,000. Oh, never mind. That's another town center. He sees his opponent is playing very defensively. Decides on that. Bit of a mistake here from our main man, Jack 90. This one here should have been in a palace, and he should have been thinking about going into something else. But again, he's playing the best god in the game, so he can probably do anything and win games. As the communal hearth, comes down, and the Atochli here is going to get stolen. And then the Atochli is going to go after the settlement. We do have a Earth Monster getting cast here. However, the Earth Monster isn't going to be enough, as now the new and improved Hamadryad comes through, and, well, we see over onto this side an attempt to drop a pile up. There goes the Arcadian Meadow, which plays around the Tajipla. And all of a sudden, Keto is looking incredibly strong in this game. He's going to get up a fortress. He can then also drop himself the Wither on this side. And our main man, Jack, is in some trouble. Our main man, Jack, he's got double Hamadryads here as well. For those of you who don't know, this thing is doing 30 pierce damage a second and 10 crush damage a second. Very, very strong. It's also got the range of 14, which is also nice. And it can get upgraded to have an extra 30% HP as well as 30% extra damage, which is very, very nice. It's now Jack. He's going to be going in for another Tajipla. He loses his town center. That's okay. He did get 30% back, and he is playing the best god in the game. So, of course, he's never going to lose to a god like Demeter, one of the worst gods in the game. This is just never going to... Oh. He resigned. Well, of course, you're gonna lose if you resign, though, right? Like, you can't win if you resign. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess narrative is difficult. Well, let's find another game. Let's find another Demeter game. Let's just see how bad Demeter is. Surely that was just an outlier. Surely it was just an outlier here. Let's try another game against another strong player here. This one here is against Avely. He's playing another really strong god. Everyone thinks that this god's quite strong as well, myself included. Actually, you know what? This god also really strong. Let's look at this game here. This one's versus a god of which a lot of players have put very, very high on their tier list, and well, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure who wins on this one, but I definitely. It can't be Demeter because it's the worst god in the game, right? Oh, I put this in the wrong directory, didn't I? Alright, so Yeah, we're going to come in here and we're just going to watch one of the highest level Age Mythology players pioneering one of the best gods in the game, Set, right? Against the worst god in the game. So we'll see how this is going to go. All right. Yeah, there's no way. All right, let's see how this goes. So Soup starts off with arguably one of the best openers for Set. He did screw up a little bit here on the wood, but that's okay. He's going to adapt a bit. He does go for the early monument, going to be empowering his granary. He's going to be able to get himself a really early pickaxe in, and he's going to be off to the races really nicely as well. He's on a map called Steppe, which is a very open map. This is a map that Set's been picked on in tournaments many, 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 many times and had a lot of success on for quite a long period of time. I haven't seen this game, but I imagine considering Greek on this map seems to be very bad. Well, we haven't really seen Greek getting picked on Steppe very much. I think the only time I saw Greek getting picked in tournament on the map Steppe was actually, I think it might have been in the finals of Mr. versus Rappel, and Rappel did actually dispose of Mr. in that game as well. I think it was a Hades versus Amaterasu game, if I'm incorrect, or it might have been a similar map. I don't fully remember if it was Steppe or if it was another one. But yeah, very, very rarely do we see Greek on this map. So not a very good god on the map Steppe. So we'll see if Keto can somehow outskill here with the worst god in the game, up against one of the powerhouse gods, which a lot of different people have said is S tier, or at the very least an A tier god in Set. All right, we'll see how it's all going to go. Getting his house up. Doesn't empower it, unfortunately, here, so loses out a little bit of resources, but in the end of the day, tiny bit of resources early game only really converts into a tiny bit of resources later in the game. So unless you can afford to get something big, those tiny little nuances early don't really matter. So for example, if I need to do something very specific in order to get myself a Bakshi, thank you for the gifted subs, my friend. I appreciate you. Long time. That's so many gifted subs. I appreciate you. 5. Thank you, my friend, for the support. It means the world. Okay, so what I was saying was, unless you're getting something very specific out of your build order, for example, Soup has got a very specific build order that he does with Odin and with Loki for really fast advance time. Or if you're looking for a very specific sort of like town center timing, or something like that, the kind of early game doesn't really matter as long as you don't have idle time and you're getting everything in. And what are the important things to get in here for Set? Well, it's going to be pickaxe, it's going to be a monument, it's going to be a temple, and potentially an extra monument if you wanted to go for that route. So we'll see which sort of game plan here that Soup is going to go for. Can't really go for a second town center on Steppe. You kind of can versus Demeter because she's really, really bad, right? You can kind of do whatever you want versus the bad gods. And of course, Keto not going to be able to do any sort of town center shenanigans either on a map like Steppe, very open map. It's not going to happen. All right, so we'll see how it all goes as Pan is, oh, nice little snipe over here. Bit of a mistake from the Supinator giving that one away. That's a big fat boar in, that was just a granary getting placed for later, I guess. A big fat boar for the Keto Meister. He can actually pull his werewolf out, his Lycaon out to eat that. That's going to be nice for him there. But that also could just be a debate from the Supinator. He does have a very big brain. Put a boar down, slightly out of position, and we can just nick it with a hyena or something, and all of a sudden the werewolf will turn into the villager werewolf will turn into an actual werewolf. That could have been the idea there from Soup. I don't know. Nonetheless, into the main base, we got some barracks coming down. So Soup is actually playing what a lot of players would consider the meta. For those of you who don't know what meta means, it's just most effective tactics available on a map like Steppe, an open map with all gold mines exposed and second town centers being very, very average. Generally speaking, Set's best play is to either do a fast heroic and put a Migdol in your opponent's face in certain matchups, or it's to go for a classical fight of some description. And so we are going to be seeing that here from the Supinator. He does drop the vision into the main base of Keto. Doesn't really see a whole lot. However, we know that Keto here, he's actually going to be going for a town center because of the resources, because you got Pan's Pioneers. A move here that is, I think a lot of players would consider this move here to be incredibly suboptimal. This is a terrible town center by all intents and purposes. There's nothing near it except for a wood line. He's going to have to farm in order to get food on this town center. He doesn't have a good gold mine. There's no way that this is good, a good option for Keto. And he's playing with the worst god. So he's got the worst god. He's playing a suboptimal strategy, and he's playing against somebody who is playing literally the meta. And we are actually now going to see Soup veering away from this meta into the soup meta. I was saying Soup was playing that. Okay, we take it all back. Now both players are playing something I've never seen before, and well, Spearman going to be running away. And I thought I was getting somewhere here, but the village center in the center of the map is actually a good move here from Soup, on the fact that he's going to be able to move all his villagers into the center, and he's going to be able to eat these 3 boars, this gold mine, and then he's going to be able to have way more income than anyone else. In fact, he's going to be doing exactly that. He moves the villagers off of his gold mine here into the center, and he's going to be able to share the pharaoh. Now, I wouldn't suggest this as a game plan normally, but considering you're playing against the worst god in the game, Demeter, you can do anything. So this is obviously going to be working out for the Superstar, as he's going to be charging in over here, and he does manage to get into the main base of our main man Keto, and Keto is not prepared for a handful of spearmen here, and our werewolf gets opened up there. Not the end of the world for Keto, because he actually does get to defend his base now for free, but did lose a villager. Spearman got value there, and he's going to be able to get out of there. Very, very, very nice gameplay from Soup thus far. So we'll see where to next for Soup, as he's going to drop an armory and a market. And he says, well, if you're going to sit in your base and not build anything, I guess I better go to the heroic age. Does make some sense. That being said, I much prefer the idea of like a second monument, third monument right now, rather than going to the heroic age into a whole bunch of wadgets. Because the wadgets are a myth unit, and myth units are really good. All right. Just for those of you wondering at home, if I have 22 villagers gathering with my pharaoh empowering, the pharaoh is worth 20%. So this is equivalent of an extra 4, 5-ish villages. So if you take a look at the villager differential at the moment, it's pretty much equal. So yeah, this is still very, very strong. We do actually see the monument to the soldiers, a couple of barracks going up. The Soup might stick it out in this classical age. Alrighty, so Keto is charging in, or not Keto, Soup charges in, gets another couple of build picks. You also have to remember that the actual villager difference isn't as it seems here, as the devs have decided in their infinite wisdom to make the Lycaoan cost 2 population now instead of 3. It still shows up in the UI as 2 villages, even though it's only worth 1. So we have to take off 2 population here on that village account as well. So he's actually only at 38 here to 37. So not only is Soup's economy working harder than Keto's, because he's got the pharaoh on all of the animals here, but he's also basically equal on the village account, even though he's gone for the village center. Alrighty. So now a whole bunch of archery ranges are up, and we will see Sekhmet coming through momentarily. Eric suggests that Soup could go to town center Meteor. Right, but let's just say for instance that Soup should do that. But Demeter's terrible, so you can do whatever you want versus Demeter. Right? You can do whatever you want. And Demeter's a terrible god. You can't, yeah, whatever you want. All right, so we are going to be seeing some extra Hammer Dryads coming out. These are the newly nerfed unit, apparently. A unit that's not very good anymore, right? Apart from the 30 pierce damage. So we'll see how this is all going to work out for Keto. He's being patient. He's still got around about 1,000 gold left in the gold mine. The Dryad does cost 50 gold, but that's on the lower end. The fact that its main cost is wood is a benefit here for Keto in his ability to actually produce an army. The other thing that's a benefit for Keto to produce an army now that he's in the heroic age is the fact that he can actually build low gold cost units such as the Peltast, which is 25 gold, or the Hypaspist, which I believe is also only 25 gold. So very, very, very cheap there. As Soup now has seen the threat of the Hammer Dryad, is terrified of it, he will turn and attempt to take this fight as he hits the heroic age. Unfortunately, he can't Citadel Center this. There goes the communal half. And Soup will respect that. Very smart. You don't want to sit in that unless you can actually just kill it. And he's going to just pull back, give that area over to Keto for the time being. And yeah, but everything's fine here for Soup. He is in a perfectly playable position, right? Alrighty. So we will see the Obelisk getting sniped down here as the Icarus is for some reason doing a siege crush damage there on its attack on the buildings. Anyways, over onto this side, the Migdol Stronghold attempting to come up here for Soup. We'll see if he can finish that one off. It's looking like he's been denied for the time being, but he actually just needs to pop back and put it into a little bit of a safer position. No real problems here for Soup. And he's going to be able to now go into the Slinger, which he's obviously going to need to deal with all of these archers. The other option, of course, as Keto runs forward onto the fortress, hang on, that's the Arcadian meadow there. But that's a fortress. He's just putting a fortress up with no counterplay. That doesn't sound like an option that a weak god would have access to. That sounds really, really strong. That sounds really, really strong here for Keto. And then he gets rid of it as well. And now he's got a fortress literally on top of a village center, on top of the gold. And oh my god, Soup's in a lot of trouble now. This game is completely flipped. I thought that Soup was winning. All right. Well, I guess the Demeter god here is, well, it's still the worst god in the game, right? So even if Soup loses this position, he's still in front on economy, and he's going to be fine here to push back out. All right. So Priest coming forward. They're going to be attempting to take out the Hammer Dryad and all the other good stuff, as the Metropolis will finish off the village center. And, well, Scarab coming in to try and take out this fortress. Doing a good job of it. I'm not exactly sure where Keto's Orpheus is, but he could definitely pop an Orpheus in here and easily take out that Scarab to keep the fortress alive. It trains in a matter of seconds. But it's looking like after all is said and done, these Dryads, they're doing a lot of damage. They're tanking a lot as well. He has lost one or two of them so far, but I can't tell you how much damage they've done because they're dead, but this one's done over 1,000 damage, which is not a small amount. If we take a little bit of a cheeky look at how much the Slingers have done, they're not even close to 1,000. So, and that's 11 of those. So quite clearly the Dryads have been incredibly effective on that fight there. And now he's going to be going up for not more. Well, he was going to upgrade his Dryads through Hallowed Woodlands, but does decide against that, and instead is now going to be going for the Metropolis. As the Lycauans now getting sent to their death to participate in the fight. He doesn't want them as villagers. Makes sense. He's also on that second gold mine, and well, Keto is very much in control here. He's on 2 town centers, so he's got an advantage there. He's got his army, and look at these Dryads. This is something that's quite unique to the Dryad, is he's doing crush damage. He's doing 10 crush damage from range, which allows it to actually somewhat take out the siege towers, as one siege tower there does end up dying. So now we've got the Icarus coming through from Keto. We have the Migdol Stronghold going down very, very slowly, but it is going down. Not exactly sure what the play is here for Soup. Now, the one saving grace for Soup, even though he is only on 1 town center, is that he is on the Citadel Center. as this is going to be training units at 125% of the standard speed, or 1.25x of the standard speed. So it's still pretty close, pretty fast there. As the fortress is still going down. There's not a great answer at the moment now for the defense for this fortress, so Soup will get out of this position, it looks like. And now all of the slingers are in, and there we go. The strongest god in the game set, well, not even the strongest god in the game set, one of the high tiers of sets has managed to take out the low tier Demeter's army. So we'll see how this game is going to continue along here. You do have to remember that while Soup's able to stay somewhat close on the villager count, he is falling behind, so he will decide town center time right now. Town center time right now. All right, we've got a stable coming up now for the Keto Nader, and we've got ourselves the Bowsaw as well. Farms coming up on the back, and the game will continue ever so slightly. Now, we have Gracious Hospitality. This is one of the really, really strong technologies for Demeter, actually. I think everybody and their mum would agree that an extra 10 population per town center sounds like a great deal. So Keto's going to get an extra 20 population here, as he's got 2 farms over here, and he's got 2+ farms over here. Alrighty. We have the medium cavalry, a whole bunch of Hippias now going to be coming through. And Soup now up to 3 town centers. So Soup is now well and truly back in the game. Our main man, Keto, has to build out a counter to the Archer Ball, that is the divine damage, dealing bonus damage versus infantry slinger. And of course, the Hippias is a fantastic option here, once you get enough of them. He's also got the Hammer Dryads, which are also fantastic. And Peltas do indeed beat the Slinger in not just resource cost, but population cost, DPS, and everything else. You can wither the pan thing, Mr. Frick. Oh, that's not how I say that. Fyrick. Fyrick? Anyways. Keto says, I've got an opportunity now to make somewhat of a fight happen. I'm seeing all of those slingers, not very useful versus my Peltast. But then again, Keto can't really do a whole lot here with his army. He doesn't really have any siege out. There's no fortress down. So he's gonna have to wait it and see what happens. Was about to say, what's an Aussie doing playing AoE at 1:30 a.m. Realize you're in Perth and it makes sense. Well, just you wait until it's no longer 11:30 p.m. and instead is 4 p.m. 4 a.m. and then you realize that I am indeed a degenerate. As the Slinger Micro here from Soup, very, very good, but it is no match for the power of the Peltast. We see another town center coming up for Keto. More archery rangers coming down. And the town center is now up to fortified town centers. And again, Keto can't really push this. Not really a whole lot he can do on this position until he gets some siege. So he's going to have to bail out of here. Doesn't want to sit there and just lose units to the town center. He's already done nearly 1,000 damage in of itself. Just having a little cheeky quick check on these guys. They've done some good damage to those Dryads. At least I don't live in Victoria. The state's turned to shit. I have no opinions on the Australian politics outside of the fact that whatever's going on with the gas companies is fucked. That's all I got to say. Alrighty. Hero gonna pull back for the time being. He's getting chased down. And he's going to be losing. Whoop.
Into you.
Spearman getting stolen. Alrighty. Well, now Keto's got himself back up to this next town center. He did get an extra couple of Lakawan. The question is really, do you want to have full population of Lakawan, or would you rather just have the extra villages and have a little bit more population to play with? I think Keto at the moment doesn't care about the pop because he's got the Gracious Hospitality. He's going to have himself excess amounts of population to play with. Unfortunately, the problem for Soup at this position, even though now he's got access to the catapults. He is now entering into a game versus a god that does not slow down. The Demeter only gets stronger as the game goes along. Ever since the start of Demeter, a lot of players would agree that Demeter's late game, if you were to play Demeter in a deathmatch setting, for example, Demeter's late game is one of the strongest, as she manages to get a bonus 30 population as part of her kit. Now, of course, you can get 30 population with Set as well by dropping 3 citadels. You need to get yourself up to 150 favor and then up to 200 favor. So you're looking at 350 favor in order to do that. But it's definitely possible to get to 350 favor over the course of the game. One thing about playing specifically Tar Sekhmet is that oftentimes we don't see players using myth units there. So it's definitely an option to go for that Citadel. That being said, recently the Scarab was buffed, and I do expect to see players utilizing that unit a lot more as players learn that building myth units is actually conducive to them winning games. Alrighties. Catapults getting chased down. They will go down. Now the small front line of spearmen attempting to stop those Hippias. This is not looking like it's going to go all too well for the Superstar here, as heavy Hippias do indeed beat the heavy slingers. A couple of priests coming in here to take out those Lycaon that were joining into the fight. Hito didn't want them anyways. They are a unit that you do want to take out of your economy at some point. You probably want to wait until your opponent doesn't have priests to pull them in, but still, you got to pull them out at some point. And it's looking at the score. It's not looking all too well for the soup stuff. Which is surprising considering Demeter is the worst god in the game. Take your shot every time, Boit, says Demeter, the worst god of the game. Well, we'll keep doing it on purpose. We're never going to stop. Now we do have the Thorned Walls technology coming through, as well as Keto is set up on this side to try and take this town center down. Scotty in the chat also saying Demeter free win. There you go. If Scotty says it, it must be true. Super going to get his town center back, however, so he's working hard, but he is very, very, very far behind. Well, Soup did resign, as Demeter is now 2-0 on this stream. No one is ever making the Amazon Archer. Well, it's difficult to build the Amazon Archer if you're not in the Mythic Age. So I can guarantee you that Keto, once he gets to the Mythic Age, is indeed building the Amazon Archer. It's incredibly strong. Do the Peltas get the bounty arrows? Yes, they do. Range Soldier, Medusa, and Amazon Archer. They bounce. So far we've got 2 Demeter wins. Should we go for a 3rd Demeter win? I'll just pick another game off of the thing. I've got. Do we want to see Demeter versus Aranos? What about Demeter versus Amaterasu? Demeter versus... I put out a Demeter versus Quetzalcoatl game today. Which other one? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Demeter versus Frere. Quite clearly, the point has been made. You think Demeter is bad in June of 2026? I think you're wrong. Is there a game where Demeter's opponent doesn't try Boom War? Good question. That's a great question. Let's have a little cheeky look and see what happens in this specific game. I think this is probably, yeah, I think this is probably going to answer your question. Let's have a little look-see at this one. I prepared it earlier, specifically for this thing. If I lose balance post, alrighty, we are back with our third and final Demeter game of the day. In the bottom of the map, playing as Demeter. He is the one man who will forgive the devs for releasing a god that was not absolutely and unequivocally busted upon release. And therefore will say, great, you buffed her, let me play her some more. His name is Keto. His opponent today, in the red color, making comments about the psyche of the average Age of Mythology player in today's day and age. If I lose balance post, for those of you who don't know, there is currently a balanced Discord, which is open to the general public. You can voice your opinions, your concerns, you can talk shit in the void, and it's an all-around good time. However, with the good also comes the bad. People forget that when there's balanced Discord up and you lose, oftentimes you lost because of yourself, not because of the god. So you have to remember. You have to remember that. Anyways, this is Avely. Very, very high-level player. For those of you who don't actually know Avely, he was probably the best Age of Mythology player in the world in like 2011 or 12 or something like that. Probably. And he is currently, simply put, just a top 20, top 10 player. When he's on his game, when he's on his god, he can take games off the best of them. And he is playing as Uranus, one of the best gods in the game. Uranus is, his main strength is in the form of the Sky Passage, which is very, very strong, very, very useful to 1, play defense, 2, play offense, and 3, dodge all things thrown at him. Alrighty. Orpheus is going to pop out here for Keto, and he is on the way through Pan. No, he's not through Pan. He's still build ordering up. He is on top of the temple here as well, nice and early, because he does want to get that Pan's Pioneers. It is Tundra, only a 4-goat Tundra. I'm not sure if that's exactly. I thought you could. I thought that there was more than 4 goats on this map, but apparently there's only 4 goats here. So we will see how this is going to go, but yeah, Keto here is going to have his work cut out for him to deal with our main man Avely's Uranus shenanigans. Alrighty. So thanks for the follows and all the other good stuff. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's check out some relics on the map. Over onto this side, we've got ourselves a relic that's already been picked up by Avely. Avely has grabbed himself 2 relics already. He's got himself the Ankh of Ra. He's got himself Atlatl of Ehekatl. And he's also picked up this relic over here, which is the Scarab Pendant. And on the flip side, Keto is going to grab the Canopic Jar of Imseti. His house is coming up. Gold mine getting mined. And oracles getting oracled for our main man, Avely. Early oracles is always good versus defensive gods. As an aggressive god, you might not want to do this, but defensive god like Demeter, of course, early oracles makes perfect sense. As the Classical Age is in, and now Keto wants to make a decision. Does he drop the town center or the village center? And he does indeed go for the village center. Yet again, Demeter on the village center pathway. Alrighty. Now we've got ourselves the Bite of the Shark for our Uranus player. Mana coming up as well. And it's going to be immediate pressure to some degree from our main man. Avely, as he has to effectively make a decision here as to whether or not he wants to be very aggressive versus the defensive game plan of Keto, or if he wants to play into town centers himself, because he will scout this village center already, and now he gets to make a decision. He is getting himself the Bite of the Shark, as the control there from Avely always very good. Dodge the Orpheus. Of course, his Fire can also just heal everyone up. And Watchtowers is through now for Keto as well, in order to defend himself a little bit better. Over to this side, the villagers have grabbed themselves some caribou there too, and it looks to me like Avely is, simply put, going to go as aggressive as he possibly can. Whoa, 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 Mr. Golden Royal. If this god was terrible, there would be 0 wins, wouldn't there? There would only be losses. And yet, I'm just picking at some random games, and it all seems to be very, very winnable for the old Demeter. I feel like this whole idea of Demeter not being very good seems to be perpetuated by players that are not living in the same reality that I'm living in. Why isn't the village center in front of the gold mine? Well, it's very safe back here. If he puts it in the front like this, then his opponent can attack it. And you don't want to put buildings like the temple or a village center out in the open because they don't have a whole lot of HP. 1200 HP, 1200 HP. 300 resources here. This is 700 resources. So you don't want to have it out in the open. You want it to be nice and safe. So if your opponent does want to try and kill it, they have to get right into the middle of the actual base. All the games are by Keto, by the way. Oh, my bad. Let me grab some other games by some other people. It's not my fault that Keto has an idea of what he's doing and everyone else doesn't. What about we can pick an Izumato game? All right, now that's fine. Yeah, there's Izumatos there. Who else is here? Oh, we have a troll pack game. That seems decent against Divine. Very, very high level player. Right. Yeah, we got a Teeth versus Thelonious Monk as well. That looks like a half decent game to look at. Sure. We'll speed through all of those. We'll speed through them all. But just to see what the players that aren't playing the same way that our main man Keto is playing, we'll check those out. Meanwhile, look, Cowan seemingly killed off all the Murmillo. Jeepers, must be a strong myth unit there. That's crazy. Alrighty. Let's speed through this game because I know this one goes on a long way, and we got a lot of games to watch to get through all. It's just to prove the point that clearly this god is very, very much playable. All right, there's a nice fortress up from Keto. We got the storehouse in. We got the Murmillo's dying. We've got another fortress coming down on this side from Keto because he feels like he doesn't want to die to the all-in from our main man, Avely. Keto's on a timer before the Uranus one town center economy kicks in. Exactly. I mean, it's not really fair, right? Like, it's a Demeter, like, F-tier god, terrible god, worst god in the game against one of the best gods in the game. So, yeah, he's trying his best, but obviously he's going to lose in the end. Big attack from our main man, Avely. He does get in and out. We do have a second talent center up now from Avely as well, so he can get some economy going. Gito says, let me just wander forward. We'll get a little bit of damage done over onto this side. He does have Lightning Storm, so a little bit of damage onto the Avely economy there as Arcadian Meadows forced out. All units coming down onto the front there. Another very aggressive communal hearth, as that seems to be the way that Gito loves using the squad power that way. Arcus now out. And he's going to go into Sentient Madness. Well, this is going to be a tough one, I think, for the Demeter. This is a very, very strong unit composition. We'll see if Keto's got an answer for it. Now, he does indeed have an answer for it because he has Medusa. He's also got the Dryads out. He's putting more fortresses down. He's also got the Champion Amazon Archers that can also be somewhat decent. And well, the army of Keto does get obliterated. But all the oh, never mind. Looks like 2 fortresses and an army was enough there. And Avely seems to have not been able to beat the Demeter army, even though he had the superior Centimanus Arcus army. Almost as if the Demeter army is quite strong. Uh-oh. That doesn't play into the narrative. I would have expected. Wait, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe the armory upgrades aren't quite close. Oh no, actually, oh no, Avely is actually in front on armory upgrades. He was in front on the armory upgrades there, and yet the Keto army beat the Avely army. That's not good. What are you supposed to do? Like my reality is shattered. Absolutely insane. Well, I guess if we can't kill his army, then we have to start killing everything else. So he's going to go into the main base, take out a town center. Good thing the Centimanus take out the town center very, very quickly. That's got to feel good. That being said, the villagers here are perfectly fine. We do have a cheeky little... Oh, sorry. A cheeky little vortex up the top. Let's skip through a little bit more. I think could be wrong, but I think Keto might be running away with this one. This is another win for Demeter. How many fortresses would you like? No sarcasm detected. Hey man, you tuned in to an Australian stream. What do you got? What do you want? What do you want from me? I'm Australian. This is the way we communicate. So yeah, worst god in the game, Demeter, has managed to topple not only the best god in the game, Huitzilopochtli, another god whom a lot of people like to say is one of the best inside of Set, also has toppled Uranus, another incredibly strong god that even I say is really strong. It was a very close game, mind you, and I think Avely could have won this game. Hence why I only put Demeter in A tier. But what can I say? All resources. We could have a look at the all resources collected, sure. Does look like the Demeter with the weak Greek economy has managed to out-eco the Uranus. Terrible. What can you do? All right, let's continue. Are we still talking about? No, I'm just watching games just of random games from the ladder over the past couple of days. That's all I'm doing. All right, Let's have a little look-see at some non-keto games. You guys wanted to have a look at those guys. Let's go with Atif versus Thulmnik. This is a little bit lower level than we were watching. We were watching sort of top 20 gameplay here. We're probably moving down into maybe top 50 here. So of course you can't get as much out of this, but we do have one of the worst gods in the game here, Odin, versus one of the worst gods in the game here, Demeter. So it's maybe not the best of examples, but we'll have a little look-see at it. So it's looking like Thulmnik is going for some sort of a rush angle. No, rushing for Herser. It looks like to some degree, and he's going Heimdall. Fair enough. On the flip side, it will be Pan for our Pan man Atif. Look, it's okay to accept that you're just wrong, Eric. It's fine. Like, I don't mind if that's what you want to accept, but we're going to continue this for a little bit longer. We've got 3 more games to watch. Atif walks into the middle of the map against... Wow, that's crazy, right? He walks into the middle of the map against a Norse player as Greek and drops a Townsend. Not even Hades. Not even Hades would dare to do this. This is a wild move from our Demeter player. So we'll see if this works out for him. So considering how bad Demeter is, there's no way this works, right? Jesus Christ, Poser, what's going on, man? Demeter is good god in my opinion. Just don't use Pan and go Ares and Hestia. No, I think Pan's seemingly very, very good. It's been incredibly efficient, effective for Keto in his games. I think he's got something like a 90% win rate with Demeter at the moment. But of course, he's one of the best players in the world. And he also had a near 100% win rate with Huitzlopochtli. So that's why you can't compare the two. Like Huitzlopochtli S tier, Demeter obviously F tier. 10% difference in the win rates between those two. All right, well, an attempt to take out the Townsender gets thwarted here from Arcadian Meadow. There is, of course, Forest Fire, which doesn't exist for our main man Thulmnik. If you wanted to counter this god power, he could have had Forest Fire in his back pocket. So we'll see if Thulmnik can get through this all. We do have the that fight seemed to go in favor of Atif. Atif seems to be winning this game very, very hard. I'm a little confused. I thought this was going to be very difficult to win. When I cast my game versus Devil, you mean the game where I was literally trolling? I was trying something? Is that the game you want me to cast? The one where I literally said on stream I'm going to try something, it probably won't work? Is that the one you want me to cast? Not only that, I also thought I clicked Heroic Age and didn't. Is what it is. It's an interesting comment there, Young. I'm going to say you got to get warned on that comment. That's a big part of the good times comment. You really screwed that one up. You're getting warned for that. That's not good. We got Divine. We got another Uranus here. Divine, one of the actual highest rated players on the ladder, is been consistently in the top 4 of the Satpat set shenanigans. Incredibly strong player. And he is going up against Trollpack, who, let me just have a quick look at what his highest rating is so you guys get a feeling of the level here. Trollpack's highest level is 1991 at rank 20 and is currently ranked at rank 200 at 1745. So he does have the potential to get up to the top, but definitely not a consistent top player there. Not like Divine, who's very consistently in that top at the moment. Trollpack's going to drop the town center over onto this side. Hey, Yulpin Gamler, what's going on, my friend? All right, well, we got a citizen getting picked off. Nice find there from Troll Pack. Oh, another town center from Troll. That's got to be greedy, no? There's no way that works versus Uranus. Very aggressive Uranus, Prometheus Uranus as well, so he's got all the pushing power in the world. No way this works. We'll have a little look-see at what happens here. Ryan kills the town center. Oh, he just resigned. Not exactly sure. Not exactly sure what happened here. I think he was just too scared of the power of Demeter, and he resigned. Okay, well that one I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. So let's just ignore that one. That one doesn't seem very fair. Let's check this one out. Izamato versus Joe. Let's just speed through this. I want to play some games. The map Mirage, Matarasu. Why are there so many I am names in the AOM community? Just want to make sure everyone knows who we are. Oh, we see someone going for Ares. That's different. Ares is a little bit different. This is very, very different. Surely this doesn't work. All we've seen is Pan. First fight actually winning for the Demeter? What the hell? Copying magic. Actually, I believe there were people like I am shouts. It goes all the way back to the very, very beginning of Age of Mythology, and probably also it exists in Age of Empires 2 as well. Actually, it might not be I am shouts. Maybe it was just shouts. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is magic. Maybe he started it. I don't know. Was it Mister? No, Mister was the Mister. It was not I am Mister. He's never been I am Mister. It's Themis, actually. His name is literally Themis. Themistokos or something. I can't say it. The aggressive attack. Can someone explain to me? Themistokles. There you go. Themistokles. Can somebody explain to me how a god whom everybody is saying is terrible is winning the fights against the god that everyone's saying is really strong? I need that explanation to me, because it's not making sense to me. You told me? Was it Ares? Go on, I'm listening to chat now. As long as it's not Eric, I'm listening to chat. GGG, what's going on, my friend? That's an expensive secondary cast of that. Oh, he's got himself the Durinos. The samurai bug out in this game for Joe, do they? Well, that's not what happened in the first fight, though. That fight they didn't bug out on. Look, Eric, I said it already. You can accept that you're wrong. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay to be wrong. It's totally fine. Like quite clear. Like, okay, let's see what the next fight is. Let's see these samurai bugging out. You got lightning storm. Well, I guess you could say they got bugged out, or you could just say they got deleted by lightning storm. Okay. Samurai seem to be functioning exactly how they're supposed to function. They attack when you tell them to attack. I'm not sure what's. I'm not sure what you're saying. They seem to be working here. Another communal hearth? Probably should be building the dryads, but he doesn't know. This is the thing here. Aizamoto doesn't know he should be building dryads. Because they're really, really good. Or we're intentionally ignoring them because he hates myth units. One of the two. But he should be building dryads, and then he'd be winning even harder. I don't know, guys. Seems like this god is doing perfectly fine. In fact, it might even be an A tier god, like I said it was. That's sort of what it looks like. All these games, looking like this. Let me watch that one fight again, and we'll see what the hell you're on about. You know. We have to. When am I shaving? I'm going to be shaving on Sunday. Sunday is shave day. I'm going to be clean shaven, face of a baby. I'm going to lose around about 20 years of my age. It was here, right? The fight that was here? Around this area? Am I right? Is that the fight you want me to watch? Live streaming shave? No, it'll be before the stream. This fight? This fight? This fight? Look at the control! Look at the moves! Faker, what was that? Those are completely working perfectly. I don't think Geez, Toxody's killing off infantry? I've never seen that before in my life. So. Move ahead a little bit. This next one. This fight. Surely this fight. Yeah, this isn't a bug. He right-clicked on a unit. Like, what do you want me to say? He just right-clicked on a unit. He didn't attack me. Where's the attack move flag? Like, it's not a bug. He literally just attacked on a unit. That's what he did. Alright, where's the flag? There's no flag. Not a bug. Alright. So, point proven. I will be unwrecked. Yes, it will be a terrifying day. I have been clean shaven before. I want to play some 1v1. Someone play me. Alright, let's go. Loki versus Thor.
Já, veiðimaður. Hver það? Ég vil. Veiðimaður.
Já, samþykkt. Ég vil. Já.
See, the thing is, Eric, right? You sit there
Tilbúin, samþykkt.
and you have an opinion, right? And your opinion is not based in reality, and you want me to give you attention. That's what you want. And I don't want to give you attention. So no attention for you. I'm going to play Jalum. I'm going to enjoy my life. And Jalum's going to play me, and he's going to enjoy his life. And it's like, Daryl just got a 100% win rate in tournament as well. It's like it's not even just these games that Keto's playing. It's like Tudison lost to Demeter. He lost to Divine's Demeter. So clearly the god's really good. Like it's the evidence is literally right in front of you. The only evidence that you have to say anything else is personal anecdotes that don't even exist because you haven't played this patch. Like, you haven't even played Demeter on this patch, so how do you know? That's the crazy part. Love you, Eric.
Skipan, Timbersveit.
Tilbúin.
How's everyone else going? Wait, the guy with the microphone. Yeah, I can. I set the narrative. It's my tier list. My tier list from the games that I've watched as the person who probably watches the most Age of Mythology out there. I see all the games. I see what's going on. I look at the stats at the units. I get some stuff wrong from time to time, but you know, to be honest, I'm pretty accurate on a lot of things. And I'm more than happy to be wrong on probably half the stuff on that tier list. But I'm fairly certain Demeter is not one of those ones that I'm wrong on. In fact, Demeter is probably one of the ones that I might have even underrated. I think I took some points off Demeter because I wasn't sure how Demeter would perform versus Freya because I haven't seen that. This matchup's actually quite hard for Loki.
Já, veiðimaður.
Loki's got a lot of good matchups. I don't know about this one. It might be playable with the Herso now. So we're gonna play for Herso, I think. Hail Feather of Heavens, hell yeah. It's the one. I don't hate Nyan. Nyan just comes in with the most wild, like the experience that Nyan has in this game couldn't be further from my experience. That's my relationship with Nyan. And I think Nyan understands that. Like, whenever Nyan comes at me with something, I'm like, this just isn't my experience at all. And then I explain why it's not my experience. He called me out today on, he called me out today on saying something about Theft of Fire. And I'm like, yeah, Theft of Fire is strong, but I don't think it's broken OP. I don't think I've ever said that it's broken OP. Strong and broken OP are two different things.
Veiðimaður.
Já, satt. Til fyrir þar. Já.
Demeter's not fun to play? I think Demeter's fun to play. I need to get a wall over here.
Samþykkt. Fyrir satt. Til ég satt. Já, samþykkt. Ég vil.
Hver satt? Timbersveit.
Já, til satt. Já. Ég vil. Hver það? Satt. Tilbúið. Samþykkt. Já.
Demeter third highest win rate at 800 plus. Demeter dead last at 13.5.
Ég vil.
That
Satt.
sounds about right. Oftentimes the lower ratings are pretty far behind.
Yo.
If there's a god that you
Ég
can
vil.
kind of do
Hver það?
anything
Samþykkt.
with and win, that's gonna have a higher win rate on the lower elos, right? If you've got a god you can do
Já. Ég vil,
anything
já.
with and win,
Skipan.
then
Ég
you're
vil.
good to go, right?
Tilbúin. Já. Samþykkt. Hver það? Tilbúin. Já.
But if you have a god where you have to play very specifically with said god,
Hver
it's
það?
gonna do it's and it is good, and the top players say it's good, then
Já.
it's probably
Hver
not
það?
you're not gonna see that at the lower
Til
levels, are you?
já. Til atrás, já. Til atrás, já. Atrás, til já. Til orustu slag.
I really want this. Can I get that?
Tilbúin. Já. Já. Tilbúin. Satt, já. Já. Satt, samþykkt. Hver satt?
Tilbúin. Já.
Já. Tilbúin. Hver þar? Satt. Já. Samþykkt. Satt. Ég
He's
vil.
on 1 talent and he is making throwing axe.
Skip. Já. Samþykkt. Satt. Já. Til orustu slag. Ég satt. Atrás. Tilbúin. Hver þar? Til orustu slag. Skip. Já. Já. Ég vil. Tilbúin. Satt. Skip. Samþykkt. Hver? Já. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Satt. Já. Samþykkt. Já. Ég til. Já. Satt. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Já. Til atrás.
Skipan? Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Satt. Já. Ég vil. Til. Já. Samþykkt. Satt. Ég vil.
Já. Veiðimaður.
Já. Já. Til orustu slag.
Tilbúin. Til
Hver
orustu
það?
slag.
Satt. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Skip. Til. Já. Ég vil. Hver þar? Já. Samþykkt.
Skipan? Samþykkt. Satt. Veiðimaður.
Hver það? Já. Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Já. Samþykkt.
Never mind. I think Loki feels bloody fantastic at the moment.
Já.
Hver er það? Ég
That's
vil.
insane.
Samþykkt. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Skip.
Já. Samþykkt.
Hver þar? Satt. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Já. Satt.
Til satt. Satt. Ég vil.
Yes. Ég vil. Já.
Já. Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Skipan? Satt. Samþykkt. Veiðimaður.
Já. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Já.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Hver ég vil. Satt.
I was saying this before.
Yeah,
Gabu
something,
should come
yeah,
back.
something.
This guy would
Yeah,
love
something.
the game right
Yeah.
now.
Skip.
the state of Loki.
Já. Ég
Til
samþykkt.
skipan. Já. Ég. Já. Satt.
Ég vil.
Já. Satt. Ég. Já. Satt. Já. Ég. Satt. Ég samþykkt. Hver er það? Satt. Ég vil. Já. Skipan.
Oh no.
Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Tilbúin.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Satt.
Skip. Já. Já. Tilbúin. Ég vil.
I need to get these armory upgrades in.
Já. Já. Ég vil.
I can't really leave this spot.
Ég vil. Til hver er þar? Tilbúin. Já. Satt. Samþykkt.
Skip. Samþykkt.
Já. Samþykkt. Ég. Já. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil.
Já. Ég vil. Satt. Timbursveit.
Til. Já. Hver er þar? Tilbúin. Satt. Já. Skipan. Já. Tilbúin.
Já.
Should I build raiding cavalry? I think I should just get a whole bunch of herdmen to mix in, no?
Satt. Veiðimaður.
Já. Satt. Já, ég vil. Skipa. Satt. Hver það? Já, samþykkt. Satt. Ég satt. Já, já, ég vil. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Satt. Samþykkt.
Já, já. Tilbúin, ég vil.
Skipan. Ég vil. Hver þar? Já. Samþykkt. Satt. Já. Ég já. Samþykkt. Já. Ég já. Satt. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Satt. Já. Til orustuslag. Ég satt. Atrá. Tilbúin. Já. Ég samþykkt. Skipan. Satt. Já. Ég já. Já. Ég satt. Já. Samþykkt.
Já, samþykkt. Já.
Hver ég vil. Satt. Já.
Hver það? Já, ég vil.
It is not there.
Grjótsveinn.
Tilbúin. Ég vil. Já. Satt.
Ég vil.
Já. Til. Ég vil. Já. Satt.
Oh, he's there now.
Hver það?
Já,
Skipan.
samþykkt. Veiðimaður.
Ég samþykkt.
I don't know if I win this fight.
Já. Já. Ég vil. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Hver þar? Skipan. Já. Tilbúin. Já. Ég já. Já. Ég vil. Ég satt. Já.
I think we have to drop a...
Ég vil. Satt.
Já. Já.
Ég vil.
Tilbúin. Tilbúin.
Til.
Já.
Hver þar? Já.
Skip. Ég samþykkt. Sætið
Til
fram.
já. Atrá. Já. Ég
Yeah,
vil.
nah. Loki seems real good.
Já, sætið.
That's crazy. That was a dominating win.
Hver þar? Satt.
Tilbúin. Ég viski. Samþykkt. Ég vil. Veiðimaður.
Skip. Já. Samþykkt.
Ég vil. Til orðstöðsmaður.
Hver það?
Til ég vil. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Já.
GG. I have seen enough nerf Norse. Yeah, the Hersa are out of control with Loki. Without question, they're going to be really tough to deal with. But of course, they only recently got buffed. So I think Loki is in a very, very good spot. Isn't 4 myth unit spawns too much in one fight? Nah. My opponent got how many dwarves for free? He got a lot of villagers for free. I gotta get something for free. It's not fair. I mean, if it's only Demeter that you have an issue with on my tier list, you know, I'll drop it. It's fine. Demeter can drop down one slot behind whatever's next to Demeter. Where's my thing? We'll put him down or her down to where is she? Demeter. Number 11 down to number 12, so just behind Amaterasu. How you going, Admiral Teddy Bear? What's happening, man? Did anything change with Loki? I'm getting spanked by spawns and myth units this patch. People are building more Hersa because the Hersa are quite good. So Hersa moving at 5.5 speed makes them basically the same as a Hippias in terms of their speed, right? If you actually compare the unit with a Hippias, plus you give this, which is an extra, oh, it's only 5% speed. I thought it was just maybe some HP. Okay. So I don't even have to compare that. So it's literally just you look at the Hersa and it's, that's not bogey. So here has 162 effective hack, 173 effective pierce. The Hippias has similar unit, similar cost, 176. Of course, the pierce is really high, but 176. So it's kind of similar in tankiness. And then it gets the same speed, and then it gets similar damage, right? Does it have similar damage, or am I going crazy? No. Is that right? Is it 6.67? Is that right? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like this does way more damage. Devil wants to play. Let's listen to Sofrito. I don't know what that is, but I don't generally try and stay away from copyrighted music while I'm streaming. Generally. We got Quetzalcoatl. I think the only real way we lose with Quetzalcoatl is by taking, whoop, I need to go into this one, is by taking a really late advance Sano, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Other people get a second scout out here, but I don't have that kind of, I don't have that in me to do. I don't want to abuse the fact that that thing is only 4-second train time. Well, let's go Wave Way. Try some way shenanigans. Must say, my Aztecs, not the best. But I've seen everyone else playing the Aztecs very, very well.
Elis, Calchich, Motlana, Coateki, Chicamanalti, Tepostli.
That temple is up very fast. He's just rushing me, right?
Niitsto. Motkalchik Tepostli. Shimomoquitlawi, Kenatlakena.
Kenatlacatl.
Tepostli, Tlamik
Motlapostli.
Motlanawat, Kenatlacatl. Nine el Coateki.
Xitepostli. Ni imamochiwa. Tlamictique.
Chica Kenatlacatl. Tepostli.
Shimomoquical Chitepostli.
Shingena. Tachin Miktia. Coateki. Nine. Tachin Miktia. Niitsto. Tachena. Ellis.
Iguali, Nelia.
Motlana watil, kenatla koateki.
Shikuali. Nichiwas.
Shikamanalti.
Shikamanalti. Kalte postli.
Motla na nichiwas.
Ni eli kalchikat.
Nelia. Nel Chivas.
Motlana watil. Shimomokuitlawi.
Ni kuali.
Ni itsto.
Motlanahuatil. Kalchiket. Ni itsto.
Motanawatil. Kuali. Chivas.
Motla na nalia.
Shimomokuitlau. Kalte postli.
Shika nichiwas.
Shikamanalti.
Motlana watil. Shikena. Tlamik tiket.
Ni kuali. Motla na kuali. Ni nalia. Kuali. Nichiwas. Kuali. Nichiwas. Nalia. Shika nichiwas.
Shikamanalti. Ni kena. Ni neki. Kalchiket.
Ni kuali.
Motlanahuatil. Shimomokuinet. Mamochi kuateki.
Motla nichiwas.
Nalia.
Shika manal ni kuali.
Shimomokuini itsto. Motlana kenatla. Ine pastol. Shimomopastolti.
Ni nichiwas. Nali nichiwas. Motla na kuali. Ni nali kuali.
I don't really know what I'm trying to do here.
Ni kena. Kuateki.
Shika manal na nichiwas.
Shikamanalti.
Ni itztok. Motla na kuali. Nalia. Ni kuali. Nali kuali. Nalia. Ni kuali. Nalia.
Shikamalchi postli.
Ni shikamanalti. Kalchite postli.
Shikuali. Nichiwas.
Ni itsto. Shimomok postli. Kenat motlana wastolti.
Motla na kuali. Ni kuali.
Ni
Motla na kuali. Shika manal kuali. Ni kuali. Nichiwas. Nal kuali.
Motlana wati. Kuali.
Motla na wati. Ni nalia.
Nichiwa. Nalia.
Shikuali.
Ni neki.
Motla na wati. Chin miktia.
Shikakenet la kat.
pastolti.
Ah.
Keneki.
Tia win.
Ni mamochi kuateki.
Ni itztok. Shika manalti. Motla nichiwas. Kuali.
Shik Ellis.
Nichiwa.
Ni kenat ineki.
Shikamanalti.
Shimomokuitl. Kalchikat.
Nal kuali.
Not playing very well.
Motla Ellis. Te postli.
I'm like feeling kind of blind.
Nichiwas. Kuali. Nichiwas. Shikamanalti.
Nalia.
Motanawati. Chin miktian.
Ni itsto.
Chin miktian.
Ni kuali.
Motlana.
Chin miktian.
Kuateki.
Ni nalia. Nali kuali.
Shimomoke kalchikat.
Nal nichiwas. Motla nal kuali. Nichiwas. Ni itzto. Nal kuali. Shika manal ni kuali. Nal kuali.
Motlana wat kalchikat.
Nichiwas.
Ni shika manal. Nichiwas. Kuali. Nal nichiwas.
I got some damage back here, I think.
Signalia.
Signalia.
Kuali.
Nichiwali.
Shikaman.
Nal nichiwas. Nal kuali. Nal nichiwas.
Shikamanalti.
Niitsto.
Kuateki.
Ni itztok. Motla na kuali. Shika manalti. Nalia. Nichiwa kuali. Nalia.
Shikamanal.
Shimom kalchikat.
Motla na shika manal kuali. Nichiwas.
Mutla no kuali nalia.
Ni itztok. Nal kuali. Nal ni kuali.
Niitsto.
Nichiwas.
Nelia. Nichiwa. Shikamanalti.
Nalia. Ni itztok. Shika manal kuali. Motla na
Motlana
nichiwas.
wat kenat te post kena. Pastolti.
Ni shikamana hotla kuali nal kuali ni chiwas.
Shikamanalti. Tachin Pastolti. Tachin Miktian.
Ni kuali.
Liawin! Tetching Miktian! Itatawid! Tetching Miktian! Liawin! Tetching Miktian!
Shimomoku Kena, kwa teki.
Shikamanalto nal ni kuali nal kuali nali hotla kuali ni kuali shikua ni kuali. Titla de wiki.
What Nichi Nelia?
Ni tiawi.
Ni Chiwas! Itatawid! Liawin!
Nali de chin miktian.
Shikamanal! Ni Chiwas!
Ni kuali.
What Wal! Tetching Miktian!
Tiawi. Shikamanalti.
Ni Chiwas!
Ni itztok. Shikamanalti. Ni kuali. Motla nal kuali nalia. Motla na kuali.
Shikam Liawin!
Ni itztok.
Ni Chiwas! Nelia!
Motla ni kuali.
What Wal!
Ni chiwas.
Shikaman.
Watanawati Nelia!
Ni kuali. Ni chiwas.
Ni galgal.
Watanawatin!
Nelia.
Nelia!
Ni Ni chiwas. Shikanelia. Kuali. Kuali.
Mini turret dude seemed pretty good. I don't know, guys. I gave him about 15 billion villages. How much do these guys do damage? They didn't do any damage. Wait, is this guy dead? Ah, there it is. 1,000. Nerf Norse didn't lose fast enough yet. 10 minutes. 10 minutes into the game. Norse dead. That Aztec civ seems pretty fucking good versus Norse, not gonna lie. All right, I will look at Eric's tier list and tell you why it's bad. Okay, let me just walk you through why it's bad, Eric. You don't have to agree with me, but this is my opinion. So you put ISIS up here, right? If you pick here's what's gonna happen. These 4 gods are gonna get banned, right? You're gonna pick ISIS, right? Your opponent is they're gonna pick Uranus, Kronos, Gaia, Loki, Freya, Thor, Fuxi has also had success. All these gods are having success versus Isis. So you need to find a good matchup to play Isis with in your thing. And the matchups here, there's not that Poseidon. Like, there's not that many gods here that she's good versus. Right? Okay, so that god doesn't belong in ATI. There's too many gods you have to avoid. Right? Okay, Amaterasu, sick god seems pretty good, but I don't like her. Uranus is good. Gaia is good. Fuxi is fine. Set up here, again, same issue with Isis. There's too many shitty matchups you have to avoid. There's just Ra? What good matchups are there for Ra? It doesn't exist. You're just going to lose. Nuwa seems too high here. Shenong does better than Nuwa. Also, if you aren't the host, you can't ban out. So they're going to get one of these gods. So you ban 2 of these gods, they ban 1, they pick 1. So you have to leave one of these open as well in order for you to get one. So what happens is, right, on the ban list, if you go with Eric's ban list, the S tier Tezcatlipoca gets banned. Let me open this in Paint. I might have to get a visualization open. right? So this god gets banned. This god gets banned. You can't ban these two. If you ban, wait, let's do this in player colors. So blue bans this one, then red bans this one, and then blue bans this one. Then red has to ban this one, right? But what happens if red doesn't ban this one and bans something else? Let's just say he bans something random. Now what do? Now you either have to say, ooh, I get one, my opponent gets one. Does that make sense? So if I'm now Eric and I'm playing with Eric's tier list, I go, oh, so I get first pick. So I get my pick of the S tiers, but there's 3 of them here. I have to ban one now. So which one do I ban? And of course he thinks Quetzalcoatl is the best, so he's going to ban that one. And then the other player, being smart, will not ban an S tier. And then we'll go, great, I'm going to ban, I don't know, something else that's I don't want to play against. Let's just say he bans Kronos, right? Then Eric picks this one. Opponent picks this one. And then picks another god. And let's just say he leaves Isis open because he knows that Isis isn't very good into a whole bunch of different gods. He picks Uranus. Now, Eric goes and picks these 2 gods, Isis and Amaterasu. And then all of a sudden I go, oh, I can pick Gaia into Isis. Fantastic. I'll grab that. I can pick Poseidon into Isis. I can also pick Poseidon into Amaterasu. I can grab that. That sounds good. I could pick Freyr into both of those gods and into Huitzilopochtli. So I can pick that, right? That seems like a good pick. And then Eric goes, okay, give me my next god on the list. I'm going to pick this god and this god, right? And then I go, oh, that's another 2 gods that I'm very comfortable to play some of these other gods into, you know? Like, I'm very comfortable to play a Poseidon or a Zeus into these gods. Like, Zeus versus Fushi, fuck yeah, let's go with Zeus versus Fushi. That's going to be a fantastic matchup. I can also pick Thor as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, this list is just yikes. That's going to be tough if you're going to put Isis that high on your list and your priorities. Big tough one. Magic put a beat down on Keto's Demeter with Thor. Wasn't it a really close match? He won with a Ragnarok or something. I don't know. Maybe Keto wins that matchup next time. Keto did also beat Magic's Quetzalcoatl. So if we want to play that game, we can. Isis versus Odin. Now, this is a good matchup for Isis.
And Hayo.
Benito, you refer.
Jirej.
In which?
In a arc.
I need to stop doing this build.
Benito.
You have to put the monument down. I keep forgetting.
In which? Kid.
And Jerry Hayo.
Greek.
We have a good gold mine on that back town center. We could play this. Cotto just likes building raiding cavalry. I haven't seen him play in a hot minute. So I don't know if he's rusty or not, but...
Greg.
In arc.
Greg kid. No. In which kid? Baya.
And which? That you refer.
Jirej.
Benito. UIR.
Finito.
In which? Inage.
Greek. You refer.
Gereg. NTIU. Bea.
Greg.
You forgetting mandatory hated Zeus picks for water maps? Yeah, I don't think either Hades or Zeus are the best water picks at the moment. I think that would be...
No.
I think it would arguably be troll to play Zeus or Hades on water at the moment. Maybe not Hades, but Zeus definitely. Oh, this build order is wrong. I'm just going to fix it.
Benito.
Shards of Mictlan.
Gereg. Urifer. Bea.
Like you can pick
Urifer.
so many good gods versus those at the moment. There's too many to count for water
Inito, no.
maps.
No.
In Greek. Enito.
Inage.
Greek. Enito.
Antio.
Enito. U-I-U-I-R. Ganwich. I-U-I-R. Ganwich.
Did I say town center? Let's go town center.
U-I-R.
Inagir.
Ganwich.
Seems like a tradition players don't break from in tournaments. It's because they don't rate.
Enito.
They don't rate Zeus on land like I do. I think Zeus is incredible on land.
NTU. Bea.
After the games that I've seen,
Gereg.
I think it's
Enak.
very
Kids.
obvious that that's the case. But
In Greek. U-I-R. Tayo.
I know Divine rates Zeus on land.
In wet.
Enito.
He plays Zeus very well. Beats most people.
In Greek.
The OG gods absolutely power grab? Not really.
I-R.
Just the Aztecs are overtuned.
Enito. U-I-R.
In kids. Baya.
They have a little bit too much stuff.
Greg. You. Baya.
Gira. Tayo.
In ak. Kid.
Greek. And tayo. U-I-R.
Oops.
Erifir.
Inage. Reg.
In Greek.
Zeus early heroes are strong. Yeah, it's a combination of
Tayo.
the early heroes.
In Greek.
Ah damn.
I
I wanted that.
refer. You tayo.
That was too slow.
And which.
It's a combination
refer.
of yeah, the early heroes and what Zeus can do behind it. So you can guarantee that you can put your opponent into a hole at the start because of the Heracles, Jason sort of ideas.
Enito. Tayo.
Gereg.
A little confused. He's building a longhouse.
Ini. Tayo.
Inagir.
Greek. I refer. And which.
Gira. Erifir.
Enito. Tayo.
NTU. Urifer. Tayo. Kid.
I refer. And which. Tayo. Enito. I-U-I-R. Tayo. I-U-I. Tayo. I refer.
In which you refer.
In wedge. And tayo. In wet. Erifir.
Kids.
In Greek.
Ini. At. Baya.
And tayo. And which.
In you. Kid.
And which. I refer.
In which. No. Ini. You. No.
Gira.
Tayo. Kids.
In tayo. I refer. Tayo. Tayo.
Inage. Gereg. Ak. Nu.
I-U-I-R. I refer. Greek. I refer. And with U-I-R.
Gereg.
I refer.
Inagir. Ayatio.
Into you.
In which. Kids.
Tayo. U UIR.
EU refer kids. Ini kids.
IU refer.
Rig kids.
Inage na you
Okay.
refer. Kid. In kid. In wedge kid.
UIR. IU dayo. In IUIR. Dayo.
In with kids. Baya.
And you into you.
Greek. And we inito.
Inito.
IUIR.
Greek. Tayo. Ak. UI. Tayo. No.
In you
IU refer. Dayo.
in you
Uh-huh.
IU refer.
Gere. In
In
wedge.
EU kids. Kids.
In you.
UIR. UIR.
Into you.
And we IU refer.
I have to say, full
IU refer.
full this doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but
Into you refer. Gary, into you.
Inage kid.
Inito. Greek. Ak. Tayo. Kids.
Dayo.
In the UER. Into you.
Inito. Dayo.
In with kids.
And with you. In the UER.
Greek. EU kids.
In the UER. And Gary, into you.
Inito.
In the U. Into you. EU refer.
Into you.
UI Baya. In which. Tak. No. Greek. In which you know Baya.
UIR.
In UIR.
IU
Greek.
refer.
Ak. Kids.
Inito.
And here at you.
And we Dayo. Greek. IU
In with
refer.
Bea.
Gary, in the U. In UER.
seems to be going pretty well for us.
Gere. Inage erect.
Inito. Tayo. You kids.
UIR. Dayo. And
He's got some thrown axemen. May as well get some other units.
Dayo. Inito. Dayo refer. Dayo refer. UIR. UIR.
In UER. Go ahead.
Inito. Ak. No.
Gereg. Ure. Bea.
IU refer.
Greek.
UIR.
EU refer. Kids.
Inage
Inito.
erect. IU. Na UIU.
UIR.
EU. Into
In
you.
kids.
Inito. IU refer. UIR. IU refer. UIR.
Inito. Ak. Kids. Greek. UIR. Tayo.
Into you. Ure. Bea.
In with Ak. Baya.
And in the U refer. And with UER.
Dayo.
In UI. Naya. In shred.
Gary, in the UER.
IU refer. Dayo.
Greek. Kids.
Inage. Kid.
UIR. Inito. Dayo.
In Ak. Tayo. EU refer.
In lion. The
Ak.
head.
Inito.
Into you.
In kid.
Greek. Ak. Naya. In shred.
Gere. Inage. Kid.
UIR.
EU at into here at
IU refer.
here at you.
Dayo. IU
Inito.
refer.
Greek. In Greek. EU. No. Ak. No.
Dayo.
He's just put this up, so it's
And with Gary.
UIR.
It's not super
Ini tayo kids.
And Greek
impactful.
Greek kids.
In U E R
No. Into you.
In which you act you babaya.
E R and in you into you.
Greek.
At you. At you. Gary into you. E R into
You refer. And we you refer. Greek
U E into you.
Greg. In act tayo. No.
Gary into you.
I am missing houses.
refer.
In kids.
And you refer.
And
What?
Finito. Baya.
In Bea.
Girej. Ak. Ak.
U E you refer.
UIR. EU refer.
Into you. U E in U E R. In U E R. You refer.
You refer.
Greg.
And we inito. You refer.
In which
Inito.
In U E in U E at you. Gary. At you. At in
Finito. Tayo. In act tayo. Greg. Ini in baya.
UIR.
Finito.
In kid Bea.
Greg. Finito.
Antio. Ak. Tayo.
In which UIR kids. No.
Get 9 shred.
Time for the Patsukos.
Bea. Image erect UER. No. And no. You refer. UIR.
into you. You refer.
Ak. Refer.
In which I Bea. You refer.
Finito.
In which?
Greg. In which act kids.
Ini Greek tayo. UIR.
At into you. Into at you. At ER.
Inito.
Girl. At you. Into you. At you.
You refer.
And in you at you. Girl. In at you.
Inito.
Girl. You. And into you. Girl. Into you.
You refer.
Finito.
Inito. And we. Greek.
Greg. In UI. Finito. Greg. In tayo kids.
In ak.
Girl. You into you.
In
And
which
Greek. And we.
in the you.
Greg.
refer.
Ini act tayo kids. UI kids.
Tayo. Inito.
Girl. You in you. refer.
Tayo. Greek. Tayo. Tayo.
At you.
in which,
Get out. In which. In new. In which. In everything. Pro in Yahweh.
Go ISIS! ISIS has a lot of your favorite myth units. Yeah, ISIS's myth units are very, very, very good. And they're good, and they're good, then they're good. GG! Bit mad on back and forth. Yeah. Koto likes to run around the map and attack. He likes to attack. My boy is a big fan of attack. Attack, 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 attack. Sometimes you gotta take it slow. Let the game come to you. J-Red, what's happening, man? Doubled million. Sorry, mate. How do you feel about the response from the crowdfunding? Really good. That's a crazy amount of money. Are you kidding me? Like, how do we have that amount of money raised? That's out of this world. That's just insane. Having a good day, man. Sun's out. I love that for you. 7 Hills. I don't know who this guy is, but he is playing some Poseidon. Let's go. Let's play. I have some sad news. I'm missing my basketball game on Tuesday to play music. Ah, forgot that Tuesday is a sacred day for basketball. Shenong versus Poseidon. I kind of felt like this matchup, for whatever reason, was playable for Shenong. We're going to find out if that's the case or not.
是的，猎人。准备好了，建筑工猎人。
是的，是的，好的。
请下命令，出发。遵命，出发。
什么
Like basically, I have to open.
什么？出发。
I don't believe you can get away with going for a naked second town center versus Poseidon. Got to open with Halbs and Pioneers.
出发。遵命，出
Play
发。
defense for a little bit, and then hopefully go get the town center later. Because you can't stay one town center as,
请下命令，
as
遵命，
Shenong in
出
this
发。
matchup.
是的， 请下命令。
I could go for an early earth wall or something like that and make that work, but
遵命，
I gotta trust that my opponent
遵命，出发。
什么？
is gonna do things the right way.
是的，
准备好了，遵命，
Do that there.
出发。遵命，出发，遵命。
Also, the other real big advantage, so to speak, of playing
是的，
什么猎人？请下命令。猎人。
准备好了。
relic. The other big advantage of playing a little bit slower on the far second town center is you can go for a more like a middle of the map town center. So we might do that. Makes some sense.
准备好了。是的，
Especially if the back one's terrible, which it might be. If the back one's not terrible, I can wall this off and then maybe grab it. So then my main base is hurting while I'm trying to survive. Just drop that there. What's over here?
什么？
什么？
猎是的。
Believe I need more stuff over here.
什么？好的，是的。
什么？
There is a gold mine on this side.
是的。
There's no food. Not that it matters a huge deal if there's food here.
准备遵命，请下出发，遵命。
准备遵命。请下猎人。
准备好了，请下命令。
出发，遵命。伐木工。
是的，好的。
准备好了，是的，出发。
We can roleplay a little bit like Noir here.
出发。
We have Tusk of the Iron Boar.
出发，遵命出发。
Which is nice.
请下命令，
Open
是
the
的。
house here.
好的。
Wall that off. And a Quafu out for
准备，是的，好的。
immediacy of the whole thing.
是遵命，请下命令。
The town center. Oh, there's his army. So let's stay.
什么？遵命出发，出发，是遵命。
We're not that far behind
准备
yet.
好了，请下命出发。什么？遵命出发。
Imagine he comes in here and tries to make my life really, really awkward. So I'm just gonna sit in behind the trees.
准备好了，遵命出发。
什么？是的。
请下命令，开战！什么？是出发，攻击！什么？遵命。
是的。好的。
出发。
For the 2 months. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you, my friend. Better not chase that.
出发。
什么矿工？
遵命，出发。
备就绪，
准备好了，出发，遵命，出发。什么？
是的，遵命。好，遵命。
出发，遵命，出发，遵命，遵命，
出发，
出发。
是的，建筑工。
准备好，是的。
准备好，遵命。
什么？出发，矿工。
什么？请下命令，出发，猎人。准备好了，是遵命，猎人。
Okay, we're gonna make our way over onto this.
什么？请下命，遵命，出发。
遵命，出发。是的，
遵命，出发。遵命，遵命，
遵命。
什么？准备好，好的。是的。
是遵命，伐木工。
准备，遵命，是的。
出发，出发，出发，出发。
请下命令。是出发，遵命。
遵命，出发。请下命，遵命。
是出建筑工，请下建筑矿工。
是出发，出发。准备，是的，出发，出发。
准备好了，伐木工。
什么？好的。
准备出发，遵命，出发，遵命，出发。猎人。
出发。
请下命令。是的。
遵命，出发，出发。
Alright. Just need to see exactly what's going on here. In the center of the map, he's making some dudes. Okay,
什么？
well,
出发，矿
he's
工
gonna make
遵
these
建筑工，
dudes.
出发。
准备好了。
Uh-oh. That's not good.
出发，遵命。出发。出发。
请下命令。是的，好的。
是的，请出发，猎人。
是的，是的。
什么？遵命，猎人。准备好了。遵命。什么？出发，遵命。建筑工，建筑工。出遵命，出遵命，出遵命。出发。遵命。出发。是的。请准备好了。
什么？遵命。好的。
出发，遵命，遵命。出发，出发，遵命。出发，遵命，出发。是遵命。
He might still be on.
是的，准备好了。好的，是的，
准备好了。
One town center. I'm not
请下
sure.
命令，请什么？出遵命。遵命。请是的，出发，出发，遵命，出发。
I'm a little confused as to what he's playing at. Maybe he's in the middle town center?
出发。
I don't know.
是的，出发。好的，遵命。是的。
是出发，伐木工。出发，准备出发。遵命。请下命令。
什么？遵命。出发。遵命。
这遵命。出发。
出发。建筑工。
什么？建筑工。建筑工。遵命。出发。是遵建筑工。遵命。出发。请出发。建筑工。建筑工。 遵命。
什么？好的，是的。
出发。什么？遵命。请下命令。出发。攻击！开战！是的，是的。遵命。遵命。出发。
什么？出发。建筑工。建筑工。
什么？请下命令。农夫。请下命令。什么？
Super confused. Do not understand. Need to go next
遵命。
stage.
请下命令。
Market,
好的，
please.
是的，好的。是的。
准备好了。建筑工。建筑工。
是准备好了。遵命。请攻出发。是的，是的，开战。遵命。遵命。
是的，好的。
出发。是的。
好，出发。遵命，遵命。
出发。出发。攻击。
Let's go,
什
Nubar.
么？遵命。出发。是的。遵命。攻击。是的。
遵命。可以继续。
出发。出发。
请遵命。是的，好的。是的。
是什么？遵命。出发。出发。遵命。出发。是的，请下命令。
准备好的，是的。什么？
是的，建筑工。遵命。好，建筑工出发。什么？是的，请出遵命。什么？出发。遵命。遵命。是准备好了，出发。什么？出发。下命令。遵命。建筑工。什么？出发。
Okay.
出发。
I still think I'm on.
遵命。建筑工。请准备好，
I
出
still
发。
think I'm on the town center.
是的，
actually.
好的。遵命。是的，请好的。
是准备好，出发。
Do I just not just go mythic age and I don't have to do anything,
遵
right?
命。是好的。
是的。
请下命令。出发。
I'm very confused.
什
Just gonna put a whole bunch of farms down and then go Mythic Age after this is up.
好的，是的。
准备好了，建筑工。
准备好了，建筑工。
请下命令。
建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，农夫，请下命令。建筑工，准备好了，请下遵命，出发开战。什么？是的。
So let's go this one. Noms! Noms! Yes!
遵命，出发！出发！遵命。准备好了，请下命令。建筑工。是的。建筑工，请下命。建筑工。什么？建筑工。什么？是的。遵命，出发。遵命，遵命，出发！遵命。
好的，是的，是遵命。好的，是的。好的，是的。
遵命。什么？请下命令。遵命，出发！出发！遵命，出发！遵命。遵命。遵命。是的，准备出发！出发！遵命，出发！出发！
出发！遵命。是的。遵命。遵命。
遵命，出发！遵命，出发！是遵命。
好的。
出发！出发！
Possibly run
出发
and through the wall like I wanted you to.
出发！出发！遵命，遵命。
Okay.
准备出发，建筑工。遵命。
I want to get this. I want to get this. I want to build these guys as well.
遵命。
I just have like no favor.
请下命令。建筑遵命。
I mean, I have a whole bunch of myth units, but I haven't built a single one.
是什么？请下命令，出发。
什么？
伐木工、建筑工。什么？准备好了。
I have 99 Quafu. I have 11. So I spent 110 favor on Quafu, 100 favor on Quafu in the game.
什么？建筑工、农夫准备好了。出发。是。出发。
I'm pretty sure that's like a one town center.
出发。
I think I just need to walk over here.
什么？出发。是的。好的。是的。是的。
请什么？出发。遵命。遵命。请遵命。攻击。
我准备遵命。
是，请下命令，出发。出发。出发。
Huh?
遵命。
What's happening?
出发。什么？
Why can't I attack? Oh, he could
遵
six.
命。出发。遵命。出发。遵命。
Get back
出
here.
发。
I ain't done with you.
遵命。出发。遵命。
I'd like to fight.
遵命。出发。遵命。出发。
Might be a little bit overkill. I don't know.
开战。
GG. Yeah, I put Nubar down on the fortress in hopes that my drought and my blazing prairie would kill the fortress, but we didn't quite get there. Boit's chat is very educational. Last time I learned when villagers build any drop site, they auto drop deposit carried resources, even if it's in the wrong type. Yes, did you know that you can drop resources into farms? If only there was a tech to make those halberdiers snare cavalry better. Don't think so. I think that would be really broken. I think you'd have to take quite a lot of stats away from this halberdier for that to be fair tech. It doesn't do any damage. It says that it does. Curse you. Curse you, tooltip. Yeah, I was very confused what was going on in this game. My guy went 1 town center fast mythic for Hephaestus, but you still need to get to the army. Yeah, do you want to know the other one? There's a couple of other ones. So tell me, okay, it's Twitch chat, it's quiz night. Which buildings if a villager is carrying a resource and completes the building, which buildings drop resources into that building? Come on. So let's do. TC, VC, farm, resource, structure, docks. You're missing one. Farm, storehouse, TC, dock. I think you're missing one. I can just place test. Civilian structures? What's a civilian structure? You mean the TC? TC definitely.
Λέει βούλομαι. Παν ορθώς. Πρόσεχε. Τέκτον. Λέγε.
Πρόσεχε.
Monuments wouldn't work. So the main check for the whole thing, the one that's confusing is the dock. I guess it's a drop site, so that's not too confusing. But the main check is that the resource changes, I think. Well, we are further educated in the world of education. Not really sure if there's any specific strats you can do with the temple. There's probably something you can do with a dock, for example. I don't know, Egyptian, maybe? I mean, you can do the same thing into a granary, but... It only works with Greek? No, I think it works with everyone. I think it works with everyone. I'm not sure. Should we do a Casteroonie of some variety? I caused up enough of a stir with my tier list. Even though my tier list is more accurate than anyone else's, but that's okay. Everyone else is living in the past. See what people are playing today. Which god should I watch? Who should I watch? Which god do you guys want to watch? Is there a specific matchup or a god you want to watch? You mentioned this feature with drop sites was in every AoE game so far. Too bad I only played I'm serious and haven't. New Wa Shenong? I just played Shenong. Why do I play on the Arizona server? It's just a fair server. If I put everyone on Australia, it's kind of rubbish for them. I put your boy Odin on D tier. How we buff your boy? More line of sight on the Ravens. Can you look at the Divine? He's walling now. My boy. He's going to be unstoppable. Unstoppable. It's over for them. Sorry, you guys said you want to see a new WoW game. Let me see if there are any. There are some. There's a game of Keto losing. Should we watch that? There's a game of Chasing the Sun versus Kaiba. That's a surprising one. I wouldn't expect you to lose that. Okay. Well, let's watch this one. I want to see a Hades player who plays Ares, Apollo, Artemis, as no one picks this combo. Yeah, it's... I'm really tired, guys. I might, we'll watch this game. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'll be right back. So we got a Tsukiyomi and we got a new WoW game. So enjoy the build order of one Keto, Severo, Jones, Bones, Boit. I'll be right back. Where is Yungo? I don't know. He's too upset with me. Everyone's upset with me. Kabot, what's going on, man? Is this the balance post guy? Yeah, this is Avely. You're eating a mango. Share? I've only got a banana. Gavoth, what does someone who's actually good at the game think about my my tier list? Do you think my tier list is pretty good, right? Like it's pretty accurate, right? Best tier list 2026. You haven't seen it? Oh, no. Teska not the best god in the game. Teska is Aztec and therefore is incredibly strong right now. As someone who isn't good at the game, would you just disagree with the Amaterasu placement? I did think I put her a little low, but I couldn't think of couldn't think about where else to put her. She seemed to suck in quite a few matchups. But I might have got some wrong. Like, yeah, I might have got some wrong with the Materasu, I don't know. The only exception is Demeter being a B tier. Cronus is definitely S tier. Yeah, you know, I am never going to agree with Kronos being S tier. I think there's too many shitty Kronos matchups. Like, you pick Kronos to beat gods that you think are strong, which is just another way of saying those gods aren't that strong. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, you pick Kronos to beat Egyptian. What if I don't raid Egyptian? And all of a sudden Kronos doesn't really see that win versus Egyptian. Kronos has to play versus Greek or play versus Aztec or play versus Japan. All those civs are really good versus Kronos. Against Thor, another really good god versus Kronos. Against Freya, really good god versus Kronos. Like, I just listed half of the roster. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm wrong. You think Kronos is good versus everything? Really? That there is a surprise to me. I really, really like Japan, Aztec. I think Freya is perfectly fine versus Kronos. Probably Freya favored versus Kronos. Unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am.
Shijo.
Why do you think that, like, he doesn't have Oceanus, so you're sort of free to actually build units. You're sort of free to build units versus Kronos, where you can't build those units versus Uranus or Gaia. Am I wrong there? I have to watch some actual Kronos games then. You know what? Screw watching New Art. We're going to watch some Kronos games against these matchups that I'm saying are quite good for the other side. The only person I trust right now with any degree is Gavoth, Keto, and that's about it. If Gavoth or Keto says I'm wrong, then gosh darn it, maybe I am. Okay, here's one. Here's two. Okay, I think I'm right on this. I think I'm very right on this, but I'm just going to watch it just to see. Would I play a custom game now? Yeah, I'll play a custom game. Let me watch these two games first. And just see what happens, and then we'll go. All right, so Izumato is going to play the Kronos Rush.
Quere fare?
And Kaibura is going to build a dock. Little cheeky decon. Prometheus coming in. It's a rush. One of the things that makes Kronos really good is its versatility, and the opponent has to respect the potential rush while Kronos doesn't need to rush. Yeah, but if Kronos doesn't rush, then he kind of just sucks. Though I did beat Recon's Gaia without rushing with Kronos. Did you watch that game, Kavoth? Did you see how OP I am? I'm the best. Me number 1. Kavoth number 2. Recon number 3. Doesn't Kronos just outboom every civ till the mid game? See, the thing is, right, economy isn't everything. This is the thing that I think a lot of people get very, very confused in this game with. They'll look at the resource graph and go, oh, I have more resources, it means I win. It's not it's not the case. Right now, I think you're going to see in this game that Izumato is going to have more economy than Kaiba. But Kaiba's army is not going to lose to Izumato's. So it doesn't even matter. The economy won't matter. You're just going to get gold stuff. Of course, I think he screwed up a little bit, but Hillfort's late, but whatever. I mean, it was kind of always the case that if you look at the graph, the Atlantean economy was better, even before the 3% boost to economy. The 3% boost to economy just kind of made Atlanteans competitive. I wouldn't say they're S tier. Well, Uranus is, well, I don't say they're S tier. Uranus is in the A tier, but if the Aztecs were taking out, then Uranus would be in the S tier. But he's in the S tier because of Sky Passages, not because of Atlantean. Why am I looking at this? Oh, I'm just looking at it for the Kronos versus Freyr dynamic. I just want to see, what makes Kronos so strong. You know what I mean? Does he have the upgrade? Yep. Those fish. Yep. Played a Boomer game versus Kets. I did see that one. I was going to look at it. But it was versus Ben. And Ben likes to troll. I don't trust Ben's games. He can play very, very well if he wants to. I don't trust him anymore. And I'll trust his wins, but not his losses. You've never played him? What's to learn? What do you have to know? Just drop Valors on the citizen? Yeah, 4. You're a little bit low on the valid citizens, I guess. Alright. Well, let's watch the other game then. Because this one obviously Izumato is just dead for whatever reason. We'll go against Matador's Kronos. Matador's Kronos is a bit of a different league, right? Alright, let's have a look. I actually showed the easiest way to counter Kronos as Freyr, the Kronos Rush, that is. And this is a Kronos Rush. You don't really have to respect it at all. Like, you just advance relatively quick and then you win the game. Overall, solid. Thank you, Kavoth. Finally, one person who hasn't lost their mind because I had an opinion based in my reality of what I've been seeing. I think I probably did underrate ISIS, but I think ISIS is absolute hot garbage versus the S tiers. Like you can't play, you literally just can't play ISIS versus the S tiers at the moment. And I don't think you can really enjoy ISIS versus gods like Uranus or Gaia either. But that's an opinion that maybe other people don't share. Fantastic defense from Kaiba. He just should have grabbed watchtowers. There's no sense in not grabbing watchtowers here. If he has watchtowers, then this is in. That's going to send him packing. Everything's defended. He doesn't have to worry about this. This would not if he wouldn't have lost a villager. Like, this is the first upgrade you should research when you hit the classical age versus Chronos. Or Chronos Rush is watchtowers. Okay. So, Chronos Rush over. 5 villager diff is advantage Freya, right? You want to see Boit versus Kavoth? No, I have to avoid Kavoth because I beat him last, and I have to leave that. I gotta leave it on a win for as long as I possibly can. Finally, most people talk about economy being everything, but they don't prioritize eco-tech or fine-tuning. Well, it's one thing for economy to be everything, right? But it's also like, it's not just the income, it's also the outgoing, right? Like, you gotta also be spending your resources efficiently too. That's probably the more important thing. Like, I could have 1,000 less resources than my opponent, but if I'm at 0 and they've got 1,200 in their bank, I've got more shit on the field for me to use to win the game. Yeah, I can't give Kavoth the salty run back. I got to take my wins when I get them, and I got to savor them for as long as I possibly can. Kaiba's first words was Stonewall. Look, I'm telling you, this god is absolutely and unequivocally bonkers, and this is part of the reason. He's probably the best god at map control. And he also has a really, really good late game. So you can play for map control and you just enjoy having map control. Yeah, okay. Game over here. Like, you don't even... Oh, you didn't drop Tempest? Hello? Just drop Tempest. Why doesn't he want to drop Tempest? He doesn't need Tempest? He would have... Crazy. There needs to be a limit on walls? I disagree. There is nothing unfun about walls. Walls are pig fun. Walls are pig fun. They ruin my fun, and then the opponent gets to enjoy their fun. So this is my experience in this matchup, is that you kind of just lose to Freya. That's my experience. Neymar also says that that's the case. We can look at one more game. I'll look at the Kavoth game against Ben. And we'll see what happens there. I have a feeling that Ben just didn't understand how to take advantage. I'll show you. I think, okay, let me explain exactly what Ben should have done before he even did it. He should have made Myth Unit. Even StarCraft players make walls out of their buildings. True. We're going to speed through this and then I'm going to play some more customs. You don't have to even worry about the Chronos Rush as Quetzalcoatl, because your warrior priests will defend in the Archaic Age, because they've got DLC treatment, as opposed to everyone else who has got nearly zero DPS in the Archaic Age. The only exception to the zero DPS is the Jason, or the first age Greek hero. The warrior priest has basically got the same DPS as the Jason in the Archaic Age, so let that sink in. And then you look at the Hersa, and that's got like half the DPS of a warrior priest in the Archaic Age. So yeah, you let that sink in. Okay. So this is a little troll from Ben. I don't know if he needs to do that. It is a nice town center for Kavoth, and he's gone Leto, so it makes life a little tricky. But he's also got a nice gold mine back here, so he doesn't have to take this town center. It's a bit far away from his base, but whatever. It sort of makes sense. We'll see how it goes. See what happens. How many of these does he have? Let's have a look. Oh, you don't have a single hero because you're not through. Okay, fair enough. A couple of spearmen to run around the map. Fine. Let's get our heroic age in. We don't want to stay here very long. Actually, you know what? I think he's fine staying classical age here. Why not stay classical age here? Like, you absolutely and unequivocally win in the classical age versus a Chronos in the classical age. And then you can chase later. That's fine. Take map, prevent oracles, live the dream, make archer, make coyote warrior, make warrior priests. Seems good. I love me a random attack and fight while I'm going heroic age. That's always bad. I mean, that's always good. So Alicia, you're saying, see what it's like to build walls and how to build buildings, which people do in AOM as well. True. Okay, Whales Arch. Okay. This game, I don't think myth units are an option because he didn't go Prometheus. So you have to play around that. So I actually think this god here was actually incorrect. You should have gone the other one. If you went the other one, I think he's in a really, really good spot here, to be honest. I don't think he needs to go Titsamiddles. Titsamiddles aren't very good versus Atlantean when the Atlantean has got favor. When does the Atlantean not have favor? When you've either killed all their oracles or they've gone Prometheus. If they're going Prometheus and they're spamming Valors, and you've prevented the oracles from getting out onto the map, which you should because they're spamming oracles and they're not spending resources on military to defend them, you should be good to go. Anyways, in this situation, it would have been better to stay mostly in on human units, I think. So if he went the other god, I think he wins this 9 times out of 10. He also is not building much stuff here. Nice kill of everything, but unfortunately this gold mine is secured. This gold mine is secured, so the fight being won doesn't really net him a huge amount. So if Kavoth here was playing Chronos, and I think this is a fair comment, if Kavoth here was playing Chronos with a map with a back gold mine and not with this gold mine, and that gold mine was just not here, which is on like the vast majority of back gold mine maps, then I think that he's in a really bad position right now. But because this is here, I think he's fine. But also I think that if Ben went for a very, very different play here, he probably just wins this game with Ayotochli charging in and breaking through all of this, right? Or even going in for the other thing. Let's speed along. using a town center here is absolutely wild. I think Ben is having having an enjoyable game, trying to not abuse the shit out of Eagle Warriors versus Yukavov. I don't know if you agree or not, but that's what it looks like to me. That was a nice move. Now he's going into Eagle War. Alright, good win, Kovov. I don't think he played this one right though. I think if he plays a different way, I think he would lose it. Alright, someone wanted to play me, I think. Let's go. Oh, Tief wants to play. Sure. Will I continue the campaign? Yeah, I'm gonna do a campaign thing tomorrow, I think. Well, Dr. Ash wanted to play. Shrai Atif, Dr. Ash wanted to play. He asked. I'm gonna give this guy the kick. Sorry, come in, Mr. Ash, Dr. Ash. Is that how you say the name? Or is it underscore? Can you join? I don't know what your... Is it it's Dr. Ash? No. How the hell do I do your name? Dr. Ash? No. Dr. Ash? No. Dr. Ash? No. Ashman! Get in here! Dr. Dot Ash. Oh. Duh. You surprised I've resisted the campaign for so long? Yeah, long story short, the devs got mad. Well, didn't get mad at me, but I read something about them not wanting us to speedrun the campaign, which is basically what I did. So it felt like it was directed directly at me. So I'm like, all right, I will do it very, very slow. Hey, Poseidon Mirror! Oh my god. What the hell?
Προς τα θηρευτής. Πρόσεχε, έστω θηρευτής.
Έτοιμο, βούλομαι, πάνι. Πρόσταγμα.
Λέει βούλομαι. Έτοιμη. Τέκτο, μεταλλεύς.
You have lag? Ah, you're in Pakistan. All right, let me pick Singapore then. I don't think he wanted to play me my Poseidon. It's too strong. I like slow, but this is too much. Also, the campaign is not done very well in terms of viewership, which could be something to say about my own personality. It could be something to say about my audience not really caring about it. The Age of Mythology audience not caring about it. I don't know. But I will have a go.
Herjo es lost. Eked. Eked.
Yuji. Mak. Herjo osto. Yuji. Bure es lost. Yuji.
Skopos. Eked. Diat.
Herjos. Skopos. Yuji.
Absolute nightmare stuff. True.
Osto.
Not the best matchups for Poseidon.
Herjo. Mak. Bureg. Es Yuji.
But
Es lost.
Poseidon can go.
Yuji. Mak.
Poseidon absolutely and unequivocally can go for Ares here.
Yuji.
And should go for Ares here.
Yuji.
We'll see if Mr. Ash would like to try his
Scorpio.
hand at Ares.
Yuji. Osto. Skop. Mak. Bureg. Yuji. Bureg. Yuji. Osto.
Bureg. Herjos.
Yuji. Buskopos.
I want to get. Maybe I take a later route to the
Yuji.
classical age.
Yuji.
I can always just run back and eat the goats.
Mak. Yuji.
Not that big of a deal for
Bureg.
somewhat late.
Yuji.
I want to get myself
Es lost. Mak. Osto. Es Yuji. Bu Mak.
Skopos. Bureg.
Herjos. Yuji. Es lost. Bureg. Herjo. Mak. Osto.
this one.
Skopos. Herjos. Eked. Mos intum. Yuji. Also. Bureg.
Oh, actually,
Es
no, we
lost.
need to come over here. Thank you for the prime, Oliver P77. New legends. Thanks so much, my friend.
Bureg. Skopos. Yuji.
Alright. Herjo. Mak. Schwest. Skopos. Yuji. Bureg. Eked. Vayen. Yuji. Also.
Bureg. Mak. Osto. Mak. Yuji. Yuji. Mak.
Herjo. Es lost. Schwest.
Skopos. Schwest.
Osto. Es lost. Skopos. Yuji. Mak. Osto.
Skopos. Mak. Bureg. Es lost. Diat.
Herjo. Schwest.
Mak. Yuji.
Oh, we did go
Osto.
Ares. Nice.
Mak. Yuji.
Well, this will be interesting.
Yuji. Es lost. Mak. Osto.
Yuji. Aked. Bur. Aked. Mos intum.
Bureg. Yuji. Es lost. Skopos. Mak.
Yuji. Yuji. Also.
Herjos.
Herjos. Mos intum.
Herjos.
Yuji. Osto. Bureg. Yuji. Yuji. Es lost. Eporofras.
Yuji. Mos intum.
Herjos. Telos Marke.
Skopo. Yuji. Bureg. Es lost.
Skopos, Yuge. Mak,
Yuji. Osto. Es Mak.
Eshlost, Mak,
Yuji. Mak. Also. Es Yuji. Mak. Eked.
Skopos. Yuji.
Yuji. Osto. Skopos.
Where'd my...
Mak es UJ. Mak UJ. Eslo. Mak es UJ.
Okay.
Herjos. Os eslos ekeshvest.
Skopos. Aked. Aked. Mos intel. Bureg eslost. Herjos. Aked.
Bureg. Mak. Eslos. Yuji.
Yuji Mak. Osto Shvest.
Oh, he took that.
Herjos. Osto.
Erjos. Eslost. Mak UJ.
Skopos. Eked. Eked. Diat. Yuji. Eked.
Esmak.
Yumak. Eslost.
Mak
Eporofas.
Esboliat.
Bureg. Yuji. Ovmak. Yuji.
Erjos UJ.
Skopos. Es Yuji.
Skop Mak.
Bureg.
Almost certainly he is going for the town center. So simple play when someone does a fast second town center is what?
Osto. Mak. Yuji.
Skopos. Esmak. Yuji.
Well, it is to
Diat.
Yuji. Also.
UJ. UJ.
unless he's doing some sort of like offbeat all in.
Erjos.
I
Esmak.
don't think he is,
Mak. Esmak.
but I could be wrong.
Mak.
Should confirm.
Mak.
If he's doing an offbeat all in, we'll
Yuskopos.
find something
Mak.
else to do.
Bureg. Mak.
Erskopo. Mak. Use Mak.
Like spam units.
Herjos. Mos Aked.
Let's
Mos intel.
prepare for the offbeat all in because I didn't scout the thing when I wanted to there. I do just want to go Mythic Age or Heroic Age.
Esmak.
Again, give me access to some actual units that can be used.
Esmak. Erjos. UJ. Mak. Esmak.
there is a town
Ujmak.
center.
Eslost.
Skopo. Osto. Skopos. Bureg. Shvest.
Erjos. UJ.
Es Yuji. Eslost.
Ujmak. Eslost. UJ. Eslost. Mak. Eslost. UJ. Mak. UJ.
Bureg. Mak.
Erdmak.
Yuji. Herjos. Eked. Yuji. Skopos. You eslost.
UJ. Esmak.
Bureg. Mak. You eslost. Bu. Eslost. You Skopos. Bureg. Mak. Eporofas.
UJ. Eslost.
Skopos.
Erjos. UJ.
You kill off my oracle, I kill off your villager.
Yuji. Herjos.
We square.
Osto. Yuji. Bureg. You eslost. Dilis Moke.
Skopos.
Bureg. Skopos. Shvest.
Yuskopo. Aked. Bureg. Aked.
Yuji.
Ujmak. Es Ujmak. Eslost. Mak. Uj. Esmak. Es Ujmak. Esmak. Uj. Esmak. Uj. Eslost. Mak. Uj. Esmak. Es UJ. Mak. Eslost. Mak.
Yuji. Skomak. Also Shvest.
Erd Ujmak.
Bureg. Yumak. Eshmak. Yuji. Yuji.
Eslo. Mak. Uj. Volia. Eslost. Vol. Mak. Uj. UJ. Mak. Eslost. Ujmak.
Yuji. Herjos. Eslost. Shvest. Bur. Aked. Aked. Yuji. Aked.
Herjos. Eked.
Esmak. Ujmak.
Bureg. Fayen. Momos.
Skopos.
Eslost.
Uj. Eslost.
Bur. Mak. Aked.
Skopo. Yuji. Shvest.
Herjos.
Yuji. Diat.
Yuji. Udiat.
Herjos. Eked. Shvest.
Erd Ujmak. UJ.
Bureg. Eslost.
Skopos. Eslost. Aked.
Yuji.
Herjos. Mak. Bureg. Udiat.
Mosto.
You mark.
Okay.
Herr Joe Osto Diot.
I'm just gonna keep getting this boom off. Try and enjoy something.
Yuji. Osto. Herr Joe Eschloss.
Because he doesn't want to come and attack me. So I'm feeling kind of safe to some degree. I do want to get myself. Wait, let's not grab that. And instead, okay, let's come here, I guess, onto the food. And instead, on the front, we will drop a thing like this. Just go straight into our duderoonies. While I did get myself the upgrades for my cav, I'm feeling... Okay. I don't want to lose my guy. While I did get the upgrades for my cav, I'm feeling I can just go into these guys. Seems like a little bit more safe. A lot of gold income here.
Bureg. Eschmak.
Can you grab that other town center? I'm just going to take another town center.
Yuji. Eken.
Bureg. Yuji. Osto.
Yuji. Stop Yuji Schmack. Yuji. Ma is los. Yuji. Ma is Yuji.
Skopos.
Yuji is Ma. Skopos.
Skopos.
Bureg. Mak.
Yuji.
Herr Joe's.
Skopos. Yuji.
Is Ma. Yuji.
Yuji. Ma. Eschlos. Ma. Yuji. Mak. Eschlos. Yuji. Yuji. Eke diat.
Bure Eschlos. Ma Eschlos. Skopos. Yuji. Ma. Eschlos.
Herr Osto.
Bureg.
Bureg. Eke. Yuji. Eschlos. Osmos.
Yuji. Ma Eschlos. Yuji. Eschlos. Skopos. Yuji ma is ma is ma Yuji ma is ma ma is ma is ma is ma Bure is ma is ma is ma is ma is ma Yuji ma is Skopos. Yuji ma is ma is ma is ma is los. Osto. Yuji ma is ma. Yuji is ma ma.
Skopos.
Yuji is los.
Yuji is lost.
Ma Yuji. Ma. Skopos is Yuji. Burma is los. Yuji.
Skopos. Eken. Eken.
Skopos. Yuji is ma is los. Bure Yuji is los. Skopos. Yuji. Skopos is ma Yuji.
Bure. Mak. Osto is lost. Schwest.
Skopos. Bure is Yuji. E poro fras.
Yuji mos inter mak. Yuji. Diat. Mos es diat.
Yuji.
Yuji.
Bureg. Diat.
Skopos. Bure mak. Skopos. Yuji mak. Yuji. Bure mak Yuji. Yuji mak is los.
Skopos.
Mak. Voliat.
Bure Yuji. Yuji.
Herr Jos. Osto. Voliat. Schwest.
Bure. Ma is los. Ma is los. Ma is los. Ma is Yuji. Ma is ma. Yuji ma. Skopos is ma. Yuji. Ma is los. Yuji ma. Yuji. Eshma, Eshlos, Yuji. Dilis Moke. Skopos. Skopos. Ma.
Yuji, Eke.
Yubor Yuji. Skopos, Eshlos.
Bur, Yuji, Goliath, Osto.
Yubor Yuji. Skopos.
Yuji,
Yuji. Yuji, Burma. Yuji, Ma. Burek.
Volley, volley.
Yuji. Skopos, Yuji. E Porofra. Eshma, Eshlos. Yuji, Eshma, Yuji.
Oh.
Yuji. Yuma, Eshlos. Buma, Yuji. Eshlos. Skoma, Yuji. Yuji. Skopos, Eshma. Herjos. Yuji. Burek.
Yudvaya, Yuji, Mak.
Yuma.
Hermos, Mak. Skopos.
Eshlos. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Mos Inbur. Yuji.
Bure.
Yuji.
Heros, Yudidia.
Yuji. Burek.
Skopos. Mos,
Yuji. Burek. Ma. Yuji. Eshus. Ma. Yuji. Mos Intum. Herjos. Also. Eshma. Yuma. Eshlos. Skopos. Ma. Yuji. Eshma. Yuji. Ma. Burek. Eked. Burek. Eked. Mos Intum. Yuji. Skopos. Eshma. Burek. Yuji. Yuma. Eshel. Herjos. Skopos. Yuma.
Yuji, Eshlos.
Yuji. Eshlos. Ma. Burek. Yuji. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Eshlos.
Yuji, Osto, Shmak.
Herjos. Also Eshel. Dia.
Bure.
Dia. Yuji.
Midunits OP!
Eshlos. Yuji. Burek. Ma. Eshlos. Yuji. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Ma. Eshlos. Ma. Eshlos. Ma. Eshlos. Ma. Yuji. Eshlos. Ma. Yuji. Ma. Eshlos. Ma. Yuji.
Herjus, Mos Intem.
Mos in Ma. Eshlos. E por Dilis Moke. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. E porofras.
Skopos. Eke.
Yuji. Eke.
Eke. Bure, Eshlos. Yuji, Eke.
Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Dilis Moke. Burek. Ma. E porofras. Skopos. Skopos. Mos Intum. Eshlos. Yuji. Yuji. Dilis Moke. Yuji. Burek. Herjos. Eke.
Skopos.
Mak. Mos Intum. Yuji. Skopos. Dilis Moke. Yuji. E por. E porofras. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Ma. E poro. Dilis Moke. Skopos. Burek. Eshus. Ma. Yuji. Yuji. Eshus. Ma. E porofras. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Dilis Moke. Burek. Eshma. Yuji. E porofras. Skopos. Yuji. Dilis Moke. Eshlo. Ma. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Eshlos. Ma. Eshlos. Ma.
All right, time for my power spike.
E porofras. Burek. Eked.
Herjo, Eked. Bure, Eked.
Skopos. Burek. Eshlo.
He killed my talent center, I get to kill his. That's how it works.
Eshlos. Yuji.
Eshlost.
Skopos. Ma. Burek. Eshlos. Yuji. Ma. Skopos. Eshlos. Eshma. Eshluji. Eshma. Burdilis Moke. Yuji. Herjo. Eked. Skopos. Eked. Yuji. Eked.
Skop. Eked.
Eked. Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Yuji. Burek. Buka.
Eke. Buka. Yuji, Eke. Buka. Skopos. Eke. Buka.
Skopos. Also. Yuji. Diat. Yuji. Mos. Eshlost. Mos. Diat. Eshluji. Mak. E porofras. Eshlost.
All right.
Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Dilis. Yuji. E Dilis.
I would build myth units, but what I want to do is I want to get this next tree down.
Eshma. Eshma. Eshlost. Yuji. Yuji.
I want all the trees.
E poro. Dilis Moke. Yuji. Ma. Eshlost. Osto. Yuji. Skopos. E porofras. Yuji, Eschlost. Burek, Yuji. Ma, Eschlost. Yuji, Eschlost. Burek, Ma, Eschlost. Yuji, Eschlost.
Burek, Eket, Diat.
Skop, Ma, Diat. Jo, also Diat.
Ukat.
Yuji, Ma, Eschlost. Yuji.
Skopos, Eket.
Eket.
Yuji.
Burek.
Yuji, Eket.
One.
Diat. Skopos, Eket. Diat.
Yuji. Ma. Burek, Eschlost. Ma, Eschlost.
Yuji, Eket.
Yuji. Ma, Eschlost. Yuji, Ma,
I need to get a guy out, and then I get my tree.
Diat.
I guess.
Yuji, Ozma.
Yuji.
Which units?
Ma, Yuji.
I think I just chill.
Burek.
I can put one here, no?
Skopos. Burek. Yuji.
Yuskopos. Yuji, Eschlost.
Yuge, Mak, Yuge, Schloss.
Uskop, Yuji. Uskopos. Yuma, Eschlost.
Osto, Eket.
Yuji. Dilis Moke. Ma, Eschlost. Yuji, Ma. Yuji, Eschlost.
Okay.
Yuji, Bure. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. E porofras. Dilis Moke. E porofras.
Erd Mak, Yuge, Mak. Yuge, Mak, Mak.
Yuji, Skopos.
One attack
Yuji.
over here.
Bure. Yuji. Skop. Dilis Moke.
One attack over here.
Yuji. Skopos. Eschlost. Yuji, Eschlost.
Interesting.
E porofras.
Ma, Yuji, Mak. Osto.
Yuji.
Yuji.
Burgolia. Eket. Eket. Buka.
Yuji. Ma. Bure. Skopos. Dilis Moke. Eschlost. Bure. Yuji. Eschma. Yuji, Eschlost.
Yuji. Eket. Erschloss.
Burek, Eket. Ukat.
Yuji. Yuji. Eket. 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 Most intimate.
Skopos. Yuji.
Yuji, Eket.
Ma.
He loves the Dryad Hecade strat. Yeah, the Dryad Hecade strat's a winner.
Also, Diat.
Oh, sure.
E porofras. Yuji. Skopos. Dilis Moke.
Herjo, Skopo. Eschlost.
Yuji, Eschlost. Yuji, Ma.
Herjos.
Eschma. Yuji. E porofras. Bure. Yuji. Skopos. Bure. Dilis Moke. Yuji. Skopos. Bure. Yuji. Eschlost. Yuji, Ma. E porofras. Bure. Skop. Yuji. Dilis Moke.
GG. Yeah, Hecate's just better than Atlas, I think, if you've gone Thea. I want normal MU. Sorry, no can do. Random giveth and random taketh away. Automaton and Dryad spam on Hecate not worth it. Yeah, it is worth it, but It is worth it. Oh no, I'm tired. All right, I've been working since 5:30 p.m. It's now 2 a.m. So I am going to call it quits. I will see you guys. I'm actually not on tomorrow. I will be on I will be on Sunday for the SSS, the final SSS, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to May Shadowfax, who is playing AOM team games with special friends. I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye bye.